Des was quick. He had that bitch already open.
Yeah, I mean, Des is like, please.
Got this.
So, guys, how have you been? I felt like I haven't talked to you. By the way, Double J, I'm not trying to steal your meme lord status. I did find one. I posted in our general. If you want to look at it and give before we start.
I will allow you to be the Duke of memes.
I will take Duke of memes. I will take that. The Baron. I will also take Baron. I'm not a greedy man.
I will allow it.
I will take a small parcel of land in Memeland.
No, but what's it called? How you guys been doing? I mean, honestly, I just do, like you said, I haven't seen you it feels like we haven't like really, cause we didn't get a chance to play. Obviously you guys at work and shit like that. And I have a small infant that cries a lot. And so we haven't had too much of a chance to play. But yeah, it's, I was even telling my wife that, like even like, just cause, when we get home, it's like, I get home, take care of the baby, and it's like, you get this big disconnect. But I was just thinking the same thing when I was getting ready this morning. I was like, damn, I feel like I haven't talked to these guys. And I know it's only been a week, but it feels like it's been longer than a fucking week. I don't know.
Yeah. And we're always on Discord talking to each other, but it's not like,
it's like personal. You're not in like a party chat or something like that.
No.
It's just been. So you guys been busy with work or what?
Go ahead, Des. You can take this one first for this weekend warehousing.
Yes. I don't know. We actually ended up having a day where, actually 2 days this week where we were down a person. So.
Oof.
Gotta get and I'm sure you still gotta get all that shit done.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, but we knocked it out. It was pretty all right. Now my schedule is going to be really wonky this next week because even though I'm normally off, I work tomorrow
to make up for the Thursday.
Yep, and then I'm off Wednesday.
That doesn't make sense at all.
Well, we actually have to load the trucks.
Oh,
so everyone, the people responsible for actually picking the orders in other departments worked Friday, and then they work Wednesday. But we actually technically have to work Thanksgiving because we have to load the truck so they can go out Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Well, so it's not going to be like full days because as we're learning our process, like I said, since we're being taken over, but our process was actually a little backwards because our orders trickled in during that orders day. Whereas for like apparently everyone else that does any kind of warehousing, their orders are already in for that day, like completely.
Oh yeah. Why? Whoa. Yeah. Ours is cut off at 5 o'clock.
Half of my time at work is waiting for more orders to come in.
No.
Oh no!
It's a huge waste of time.
I have no idea about warehousing, but that sounds like a fucking not a good way to run shit.
It isn't.
Or at least, I mean, it makes sense because you want to like have maybe one crew that can like be like waiting for stuff and like late night stuff, but that's not exactly fun it's not exactly fun for you guys though.
No, but I mean, like I said, it happened. But yeah, we're still in the process of like everything getting switched over and stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be a little rough and it's gonna be weird being off a day in the middle of the week. But whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. Like anything, it's like anything. Your body eventually gets used to it. Your schedule gets used to it. I mean, thank God, I'm kind of the high man on the totem pole for where I'm working because I'm able to kind of make my schedule to pretty much whatever I want. Yeah. And but it took forever for me to finally get that schedule, man. Because before it was like opening this day, closing this day, like just random shit, and you didn't really know. And now I've kind of made my own schedule, and I make my own schedule. I just pretty much tell my boss, I go, hey, look, these are the days I'm going to work. I need to be able to teach lessons on these days, and I'm good. So everything kind of worked out now. But good Lord, man, like the days when you're waking up, like at least for me, for like 3 days in a row of like open, close kind of thing. You're just like, oh God, like you end up like getting too many shifts close together kind of thing. But yeah, that's some boring non-Destiny talk.
Well, I mean,
but that's good. That's what we do, folks.
All I've done was throw turkeys all week. So
I was just gonna say, I was gonna ask you guys that because I know you guys deal with the like frozen stuff and stuff like that. Like, you gotta be hucking turkeys, man? Right?
Strangely, like, I don't know, like, if it's just because of like the process of change. I haven't had to huck any freaking Halloween or like Christmas candy displays.
Really?
Yeah, which I didn't realize, like, while we were working, it was like a week before Halloween before I stopped and looked at one of my coworkers like, wait, we didn't have any special candy displays. He just looked at me and he's like, you're right.
He probably just said, shh, don't
they don't know.
So, yeah, because that's like,
hey, dummy, shut up. That's not what we do here.
Yeah, like, usually around this time of year, I'm checking like 2 or 3 of those per order, and those little stands may look like pieces of crap in gas stations, but let me tell you what, they're like 20 or 30 pounds in a box.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure. I know. I know that. I know that from unpacking shit. When I was working at Sports Authority, like unpacking like displays and stuff like that for like some new Nike bullshit display or something. Yeah. Trust me. I know that, man. I know that feel. But
every single order I picked last night had, and I quote, I'm going to tell you the exact order. Every single one had a case of turkeys, which is like 60 to 70 pounds.
Yeah. Had
several cases of turkeys, I should say. Corn, green beans, frozen cranberries, and pumpkin pie. Yeah. Every single one. Yeah. Like, I knew where to go ahead of time, and I was just calling them in.
Yeah.
And we have like rows and like racks and shelves are now dedicated to those things. Like, typically that's like a one bay type of situation. Now it's like 4s and 5s. And it's just go there. It doesn't matter. It's all the same check. Just pick. And it's a nightmare when you see, for me, like 40 turkeys. Because it's like, I'm either throwing these and I don't want to throw these, or I'm getting somebody to pull them out on a forklift. And then somebody's like, "Ooh, yeah, I can pull it out on a forklift." Goddamn right I did.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing 40 boxes. If I throw 40 cases of turkeys, I'm not coming in the next day.
Exactly. That's like us with because we'll get these occasional orders with these like 5-gallon drums of hydraulic oil.
Mm-hmm.
And every occasion there'll be a store's like, "Yeah, I want 40 of those." Hey, dude on the forklift, come here,
Mm-hmm.
over here. Yeah, right here. Pull this out for me.
I mean, that's heavy.
Or like 80 cases of water. It's like, okay, this is how many? So I need to take off this many and pull it over there.
Yeah, I'll throw cases off before I throw all.
Yeah.
Yep, that's enough of let's-throw-shit.com.
Damn, I had one good story, and I'm going to tell it. I've been waiting.
Good.
Okay. No. So, my first job, I'm 16 years old. I'm working at a small gourmet food shop. Like, this is like mom and pop little store, general store. But they were famous because they had prime meat, and they had contracts with a bunch of really good meat vendors. Well, fucking Thanksgiving time, we cooked turkeys. We would literally get probably, I would say, in the range between 12 to 15 ovens going, these big ovens. And, well, the thing is, yours truly had to load these turkeys into the small cooler that housed everything. Well, this cooler would have to get pretty much emptied out. I mean, we're talking probably the size of an apartment, like a small apartment, probably like 500-600 square feet. But literally, I would put 12, probably almost 1,200 turkeys into this thing. And these motherfuckers were all these free range, super expensive, like, don't like these. I mean, just in the demand, dude, on Thanksgiving, I would go into that cooler and that cooler so many goddamn times. I felt like, Buster, you'll get this. I felt like Todoroki. Like, I was like freaking frozen on one side, and I was like going into ovens on the other side, and I'm and hot on the other side. I mean, it was literally like you go from like freezing ass cold to like a room where, I don't know, there's probably 8 ovens going at once, all cooking fucking turkeys. Oh my God, man. That's why, like, hucking, like, that's why I got mad respect for you guys. If you have anything with a fucking freezer, like, that's like your joints get cold, man. Like like I hear you guys talking about that stuff, and I'm like, thank God, I thank God my body can't handle that shit.
Like
my body cannot do it anymore.
I tell the new guys that when they get put in the freezer to pick, I'm like, listen, if your hands or your feet get cold, you're cooked. You're done. There's no coming back from that. Everything else can be as cold as it can be. But if your hands or your feet get cold, it's like too cold for you to think, it's over. Like that burning cold, it happens. Like
your joints lock up, man. Like you just like you don't like with my fingers, especially when I'm like in the morning, like and I've got like an early lesson or something like that, and I'm trying to hit golf balls. Well, I'm hitting pretty much a metal thing onto the ground, and my hands just crack. I can only imagine in a freezer that's like, I don't know, how cold are the freezers you working in?
Anywhere from -10 to -25.
Holy
I think is the most.
Shit.
It's deep. We have ice cream. Yeah.
You should just bring Pete to work with you. He'd enjoy it.
They wouldn't enjoy it. Actually, he'd probably go right into the office and sit down because most of the office clerks have like candy and snacks by their desk. It's like, hey, can I get one of them crackers and shit on your floor?
Hey, you've got a piece of garbage. It looks like it's only been there for a couple weeks. You think, mind if I come on over there and take a look at that?
Is that a piece of pizza with mold on it? Yeah.
It's only on one side. It's only on one side.
Oh, man. This dog.
Oh, man.
We can talk about Pete after we're done, after we get through all these. Because, I mean, little peek behind the scenes here, people. We have a lot of revolutionary ideas. We have a lot.
Oh, this is like listener week this week because
I love it.
Yours truly. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna just start farming. I want questions far away, so I posted everywhere, and we got a fucking response. Now we've got some funny goddamn questions. We've got some funny. We've got some good questions. We've got some interesting questions. I'm looking forward to today, man. I am really looking forward to today.
Let's get cracking, boys. How is your week of Destiny been?
I got Thunderlord.
That's my I got Thunderlord very quickly. We couldn't find the fucking scannable car where
it's very close to the teleporter.
Yeah, and fucking so we ended up not being able to get that part, so I'm gonna have to like look that up online or something. But yeah, I got Thunderlord. What do you guys for me, dude, Banner has been I've played like 2 games of Banner. Like literally. I feel like I'm becoming like a PvP snob because like I used to love 6s. And now I can't stand the chaos. I can't fucking stand it. Like I feel like I'm like an old man or something. I don't know what happened. But literally I can't stand the chaos. I hate the fact that I get in an engagement with someone and I'm 1v1 and all of a sudden like some fucking blueberry runs around the corner and is like, hey, and just has a shotgun or a Telesto and it's over with. You know what I mean? There's no rhyme or reason. It's just pure chaos in 6s, and a lot of these maps they feel like they're small for 6 players. So I mean, I don't know, man. We've just been going. We've been grinding hard for comp all week. That's what we've been playing. We played a lot last night. Friggin' Aaron was slaying. I actually was doing all right last night. I had a few. I've been running a Dustrock Blues with Accurized and something else, a moving target or something, but it's been working well. And then I'm running Trust with explosive payload, and I think it's the one that he gives you when you rank up.
Explosive payload Genesis?
No, different one. Maybe I've got a different one then. I've got explosive payload, and god damn it, now I gotta pull it. Stupid.
I know. Which I know a lot of people sleep on that on the Drifter or the Gamma Given one. It's like, oh, it's awful. It's like, maybe in PvP, but let me tell you what, in PvE, you hit something with a solar shield and you just don't run out of ammo.
Oh yeah, that's if you use it right, that Genesis is a nice perk if you're using. Let me see, I'll tell you the one I've got. The one I've got Dragonfly, explosive payload, steady rounds, and small bore. That's what I've been using. I mean, it's fine. It's nothing like crazy, but for some reason, it just feels so stable. Plus, I'm using double hand cannon mods on my armor, or perks on, not mods, but perks on my armor. So I've been getting that unflinching, which is really, really nice. And then the hand cannon targeting, which is really nice. That's a nice little combo that I've been running in comp. And, dude, I was making plays last night. Even Aaron even gave me praise last night, which is like, she gave me fucking praise for doing something in PvP. Like, I don't know. I had to like slap myself, make sure I didn't drift off into like, sleep or something. I don't know. But,
should have recorded that for posterity.
Oh, hold on, say that again. One more time, really slow.
Okay, I've had her do that before. I was like, hey, wait a minute. I need you, like, typical, like when I'm right in an argument, I'll literally pull out the recorder. I'll be like, hold on 1 minute. I need this for, this is what gets me through the tough times. You were right. Oh, sweet glory. Thank you. Like that's literally how it feels. But regardless, comp has been fun as hell this week. It's very competitive, close games. Unless you're running like 2-stack and you get 2 dumbass blueberries like we did with our first. Like literally these guys were like just standing by power the entire time, getting absolutely wrecked by this team, like getting wrecked by grenades. Like just standing on and refusing to move away from like grenades on power. Like stupid shit like that. But dude, like Iron Banner has been a just goddamn. We played, like I said, I think I played 2 or 3 games. In all 3 games, first 2 games we got mercied, then we mercied the last game. And then we were like, I've had enough. Like, that's enough. I'm alright. Like, I've got everything I needed to get for Iron Banner for this season, so I'm not, like...
sweating it?
I'm not worried too much about it. I mean, and the thing is, if there was a weapon that was, like, really good, I would go chasing after it. But I've pretty much, like, they've sold pretty good weapons. I mean, shit, he's even selling... The rocket launcher he's selling isn't bad.
It's like, what, tracking and rangefinder?
Something that's like tracking.
Kill clip.
No, it's not kill. Tracking is something else, and it's not bad. It's not bad at all. So but other than that, I mean, I've had no motivation to do that. I've had more motivation to play Gambit, like because I got Malfeasance this week, which was nice, dude. And you know what the great thing was? I got my final kill by getting a fucking 4 wipe. I knocked out the entire team. Nice. Like, dude, for me, like it took work because and that was with a shotgun. It wasn't even with a heavy. I came in, I missed my 2 sleeper shots. I was so pissed, and I popped super. I knocked 3 of them out, and then the last shot I was chasing them. I was down to like 3 seconds, and I fucking got shotgun blast, got the kill, and then fucking Drifter starts going shacks and starts going crazy. And yeah, dude, I felt like a special boy that day. It was definitely nice. But other than that, how have you guys been enjoying Banner?
Well, I've only played Destiny for a day this week.
Yeah, that's what I figured, man. That's really what I figured.
But now I got Thunderlord and I hopped in Banner to see how awful MGs were going to be, which seriously not a lot of people were using it, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, because I noticed Mercules actually went out and made a tweet, and it's like, yeah, it's like 0.5 to the head and 0.8 to the body on Thunderlord, and it's like, oh, that's like some D1 MG stuff. All right, cool. So I decided to, like I said, play a few matches of Banner and like just see, and it's like, oh, I get 50 rounds on power pickup? Are you kidding me?
You get a lot of rounds. You get a lot of rounds.
I know there's this one match, I wouldn't pick up power, and it's like, turns like, okay, tap, dead, tap, dead, double down, triple down, walk around a little bit, tap, double down. It's like, yep, this is MGs. All right. I'm done.
Yeah, I personally I like Thunderlord, and it's especially when you get it going. If you've got a lot, like in PvE, I was using it, and in Gambit, I was using Gambit, and I had like 100 and something shots on it. And if you get that bitch going where it's like freaking, you hold that trigger down, it shoots stupid fast. I mean, it's like it's a laser beam, and it has barely any recoil. I mean, it is definitely, it feels right too. Like, it feels right, and it's not like to a point where like it's overpowered, because that was my biggest fear, man. My biggest fear of this thing was going to be overpoweredly broken, and everyone's going to be using it. But even in comp, I mean, I know not everyone got it, but I have not seen it like all rampantly all over the place like I thought I would.
It kind of is a little broken, but I mean, it's pretty much as good as D1S and MGs, where it's just you have to be able to stay alive to get its full potential. But if you can, it's got the best potential, basically per power pickup of kill potential. It can be a little dumb, but I'm seeing things of like where it's like melting bosses, and it can apparently do the one phase Riven if you have 6 Thunderlords.
That would be so cool. Like, you need like some kind of Swedish rock, like crazy music playing while all 6 are shooting. You need some like metal going at least, or something.
You need Deathlock from Metalocalypse.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly.
When they summon the lake troll.
Oh my god,
that's the music you need.
Dude, Metalocalypse was so fucking great, man. Oh my god, I love that show.
I have said 100 times, know how I started my morning with a clown's hand in my pocket, and I've seen like the weird look on people's faces. I'm like, you guys don't get it. I mean, one, it's a pretty shitty way to wake up, but two, it's from Metalocalypse. Y'all don't watch Metalocalypse.
Dude, the super retarded one, the one that's the guitarist, he is my favorite. Not the Swedish, not the blonde hair guy, but the guy with the mustache. What's his name?
Murderface?
No, not. Is it? No, it's not Murderface. No. You've got the blonde guy who's the other guitarist, not the blonde guy. The guy, Toki. Is it Toki?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, he fucking cracks me up, dude.
Pickles Nichols. They're like Nichols, but not.
Dude, I would do a terrible accent, but I'm not going to do it because I haven't heard it in a while. If I'm going to do an accent, I need to be able to hear it. Like, but dude, it was so great, dude. I love that show. Like, it was so brutal, and that was the best part about it. Like, I still like when they go to like, Sweden or wherever the hell they go to, and they're like, yeah, you guys aren't even that dark. They go to like the record shop where like 2 of them grew up, and they're like, yeah, you're not even that dark anymore. You need to hear this underground stuff that's even darker than when you guys are.
They're like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's somebody, like you said, like lake trolls and shit. Oh, man.
That's weird. I actually didn't realize that 90% of the cast of frickin' Death Clock is voiced by Brendan Small.
That's news to me.
That's a lot. 90%.
Yeah,
dude,
like
for him to do one episode, that must take forever.
Squizgar, Pickles.
Pickles is funny.
Hang on.
Pickles.
Oh yeah, and of course Nathan Explosion.
Nathan Explosion.
And then the only other person that voices the other two, Toki and Murderface, they're voiced by the same guy, Tommy Blacha.
That saves a bunch of money.
I mean, I actually never realized that. Like, that's weird. Like, Brendan Small actually has a pretty good like vocal range to be able to pull that off.
No, but back to Thunderlord. I like the way it feels. I like the ability. It's a noticeable chain lightning ability. When you get that chain lightning, it actually you can see it, especially in PvE. You can see it working. Trash mob. You can wipe out a trash mob. No problem at all.
Looks really cool. Makes you feel like Thor.
Exactly. You definitely get that feeling. But, other than that, like I said, this week has been... We haven't played as much as we normally play. I just, Banner, I think, needs to be not just control anymore. I'm finally at that point. I feel comfortable in saying that. I think Banner needs to have a rotating... Even if it's just 2 different playlists. Even if it's control and clash. Like, just make it just a little bit different. Like, just give me some kind of difference, because I don't know. Iron Banner, dude. That was how fun was that at the end of D1 where it was mayhem. It was just insanity. Like, but I mean, that was our whole point. That was supposed to be the peak of our powers, right? That was us celebrating how strong we were, kind of thing. But I think I think there needs to be some kind of variety, because it's getting to the point, especially when you're playing with randoms, that they don't fucking capture anything. They go capture the wrong things. Like, it's just, I know, and it's like, oh, well, get a stack. Well, unfortunately, the time we play, it's tough to get a freaking 6 stack of people going. So it's, it's difficult when you've got, Blueberry running in, just keeps running into a buzzsaw.
Yeah.
And you're just like, fuck, dude, stop running in there. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, you've got a power play and you're getting murdered. Because, dude, the power play mechanic, the lockout mechanic, is a son of a bitch. Like, it is a son of a bitch, because all of a sudden you be down by 10, and that 10 turns into 30 real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's like I said, it could be just me, but I feel like there needs to be a little bit of variety back in Banner, because it is just, it's starting to, I used to get really excited for Iron Banner, like, more than most. And now it's finally beaten me down to where I'm kind of like whatever about it right now.
Yeah. I
was about to say, I had actually forgotten, but in one of my matches in Banner, I actually ended up, thanks to Shards of Galanor, having 3 supers in 30 seconds.
So dumb.
Dude, that's what Erin did in comp. She got 3 of them. There was 3 of them all staying, trying to get power. She took all 3 of them out, got it back. And then they all got revived because we were playing survival. Yeah. They all come back, and she was able to do it again.
Yeah.
And get another 3. It was like stupid. So I think she had like 7 or 8, super kills in a comp match.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was that map in the Infinite Forest on Mars where it's like the past or whatever. But there were like 3 people, 3 of the enemy team were in the cave on B, capping points. Like, I got a super. Let's see how. Oh, that's 3 of them. Oh, triple down. Cool. Like 10 steps. Like, they start capping A. All right, cool. Let's hop over the little miniature Vex construct and pop it here. It's like, oh, another triple down. Okay. Oh, there's a lone dude. I'll waste it here.
Yeah, exactly.
You just got unlucky. Sorry, buddy.
No, but that's the other thing I was going to say. That's the other thing I was running into is, in 6s, I feel like you run into nothing but rockets, Thunder. Well, Thunderlord wasn't that bad, but rockets, I'll just say heavy in general, and supers. That's all you fucking run into. Everyone just chains everything, and there's like it becomes so much less gunplay. It becomes more like heavy and power weapon and super, and that's all you end up running around and getting hit by. So it's tough to get a groove going in it. But like I said, this could be just me having sour grapes and getting my ass stomped in twice and stomping once. But I just, like I said, there's just power. You feel like there's not a lot of gunplay right now, and I don't know what it is exactly, but it is definitely not. I feel like it was pretty rampant when at least the few games I played.
Well, this week, obviously, I got the Thunderlord. Most people did. I was actually on when it reset, and I was in the tower, and it was like, go talk to Amanda Holiday. And I'm like, come on, talk to her. See what's going on. And then she was like, go here, and did the mission, had the feels, whatever. Let me see what else I got this week. Actually, this week's been pretty good for exotics. No armor, but tons of weapons. I got the Queensbreaker bow.
Nice.
Which is fun. And I got the not the Jade Rabbit, the 2 rabbits, the twin tail fox. Twin tail fox. That's right. That's not the Jade Rabbit. Japanese.
Some other animal.
Japanese mythology type shit. How they do. My banner hasn't really been that bad, but I've also luckily been running around in like a 2 stack or at least 3 people. Whenever I'm on, someone seems to be like, hey, I'm running Iron Banner. Like, I ran with friend of the show, Munch, and
nice.
No Toes.
Oh, for sure. I've done raiding with No Toes and played a little PvP with him. Good guy.
Yeah, and it's super fun. It was like there are the occasional how is that a possibility? Like, why is this guy teleporting across the room? You know, they've been saying something about lag and stuff, and I'm like, oh, all right, yeah. I mean, just adapt and overcome. Oh, there's a shotgun guy in the corner. Cool. I'll put on my chaperone. Teach you how, you know, to defeat my enemy, I must become my enemy type of situation. Thunderlord is all over in Gambit that I've seen. Like, it has replaced the sleeper quickly.
Yeah, all of a sudden you start seeing people push up more on you, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, he's got it now, you're dead. Like it gets you pretty good before you realize that you're dead. But you know, this has been a good little change away from sleeper because I'm not running into as many sleepers now.
Yeah,
even though it's still powerful.
Oh yeah. Well, other than that, everything's, you know, normal week. Just been grinding out. Like I'm on the I'm on the Baron hunt with my hunter, and I will never not have Blade Barrage on. Like, I'll unlock the 2 other subclasses just so I can get the "hey, you did it" type of thing. But no, not gonna take off Blade Barrage.
It is so good, man. It is so good in both PvE and PvP. It's just strong. Like, there's no other way to describe it. Like, it does great DPS. It wipes out fucking teams. It is. Other than I'm biased because, like I said, I love Nova Warp, and Nova Warp in PvP is amazing. But other than that, it is the best super in the game.
Nova Warp is fun.
Nova Warp because the length, it lasts so long. That's in 6s. If you can get that going, you can wipe a whole team, no problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad you know. I'm thankful that you guys, you know, we have that full fire team type of situation going on here, because it's like we all have this different classes. So it's like, you know, hey Buster, what's good to run? What do you think? And it's like, oh, well, then this. And for me, it's like, you know, Des, what should I run for my hunter? And he was like, oh, 100%. If you don't get Blade Barrage, you're a dummy.
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement with that.
Yeah. And then you were like, oh, well, Nova Warp is fun. And I mean, that was the second one I dropped off. Because the first one I got was the Well of Radiance, because, you know, be a utility player.
Well, how about we get into the TWAB?
TWAB!
Let's get into TWAB. Let's do it, because we can get through this relatively quickly and get into all these questions we got.
Yes, TWAB, a little light, but we actually do have a lot of information on upcoming changes to Gambit.
I'm listening.
These changes are coming, or expected, November the 27th in 10 days, with the season change. Gambit bounties. Gambit bounties will reward double the infamy rank points. All of them.
Nice.
Numerous daily challenges, and weeklies have had their objectives retuned to make them less time and easier to retuned to take less time and to be easier to complete. Which is nice, because there's a couple, like the freaking playing with blocks is a little ridiculous.
Is that the one that you have to get like 20?
Yeah, like 20 small blockers, 15 like small, 5 larges. Is like, and then you get another bounty that's like, summon a block, or hold enough motes to summon a small blocker. Is like, the contrast here is like
done.
Yeah. And a new bounty will be added to the rotation that requires Primeval Envoy kills. Thank you, Bungie, for using game design to, you know, point the way towards mechanics.
No shit. Because, dude, that is the number one thing that drives me insane. Is when you're going in there and you're charging in, you think everything's going to be good. You're like, okay, take out the wizards. All of a sudden, you start seeing primary shots on the fucking Primeval. And you're like, where is that coming from? All of a sudden, you see the 2 blueberries acting like they're goddamn Rambo, trying to take out the freaking Primeval, while the wizards are, you know, lighting you up like Christmas trees. Like, God, that's so frustrating. So frustrating.
Let's see. Subdivision rank ups will now award Gambit legendary weapons or armor. Goodbye, blues. Thank you, Bungie.
Nice.
Because that's mildly annoying. They can rank up, it's like, oh, it's blue. It's like, I'm not even that, sad that rank ups don't give you powerful rewards, even though I think they should, at least for the higher ones. But I digress because, random rolls, so more access to more loot is always nice. They are changing the Primeval catch-up mechanic. So here's the thing. If you summon a Primeval second, you get catch-up stacks of Primeval Slayer that they're not equal to whatever the primary team has that summon their envoy first, but you do get you can get a handful of catch-up Primeval Slayer stacks if you summon second, because their goal is you always want to summon first. Well, they're changing that, and the second team will only ever have, or will only be able to gain, one catch-up stack of Primeval Slayer ever. So, yeah.
So summon first.
Yeah, well, always summon first.
Yeah, it's always summon first.
But I like that, though. I mean, because you were noticing it. That was becoming a strategy. A lot of teams were sitting there, and they were waiting for you to summon, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Because you were getting...
You can end up with 4 stacks, and at 4 stacks, you can melt a Primeval pretty
within
quickly.
a matter of 3 seconds. If you use the Kamehameha Warlock, if you use 2 of them, you can kill them. You can kill them in a matter of 2 seconds, 2-3 seconds. It's crazy, but that was becoming a legitimate strategy. So I don't mind that. I don't mind because it promotes an aggressive play style, which is what I'm all for that, especially in that kind of mode.
Oh, and they've identified another issue with the Ascendant Primeval not giving its proper credit to the correct team that killed it, and they fixed it. So 27th.
Nice.
Another fix for that is coming.
Yeah,
and
because that's really frustrating because that happened to me yesterday.
Nice. Let's see. Next week. Oh yeah, next week is their send off for Season of the Outlaw. And it is double and triple infamy again. So anyone that needs those resets, you got one more shot before. Oh yeah, I did kind of. Did they list that in the TWAB? It might be a little, yes, it's actually just a little later. Because once the 27th hits, your Nightfall rank, your Valor rank, your Glory rank, your Infamy rank are all reset.
Yep.
All of those. Any incomplete triumph or quest step that requires, never mind. Anyway, all incomplete triumphs with Season 4 in the title will expire and be removed at the start of the Season of the Forge, meaning you will not be able to gain those triumphs once Season of the Forge starts up. So those are triumph points that you are missing out on, if you care. If not, carry on. But yeah, as of the 27th, if you do not have specific triumphs do this in Season 4, then you're not getting it.
Oh, wear a full set of Gambit armor. Those. I don't
think that one's tied to Season 4, but I think it's in Crucible. It's I can't think of anything specific or any of the specific ones, but there's a few of them. It's reach. In Crucible's reach Legend Glory in Season 4.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't do that, well, you can't get it because Season 4 will be gone. So that's 50 or 100 lost triumph points. Like I said, if you care. Let's see. Oh yeah, and they are specifying. Examples of items that will not reset or expire. Quest for Pinnacle Crucible weapons from Season of the Outlaw. If you currently have a quest item in your inventory, it will not be removed. If you are on a step requiring a specific rank or number of rank resets in a season, progress will be lost. Your quest will remain on that step, however, and may be completed the following season.
Okay. Ooh, all right.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that I heard. There's a lot of stuff. They're not. This isn't a brutal reset.
Also, prismatic matrices will be expired for Season of the Outlaw because the next season there's going to be different prismatic facets and different engrams and stuff.
Yeah, you would think that.
Also, the Player Sport does give a recommendation for people that hold on to bounties, that like to hang on to bounties, like between seasons to get a catch up there. If you're holding on to Gambit bounties, like if you're holding on to old Gambit bounties, play a match of Gambit before you turn in those bounties. Because if you do not, the bounties will give their old infamy like turn in, but apparently if you play a Gambit match, you will receive the proper, like the double infamy from those bounties, apparently.
That's interesting.
So yeah. Which is actually interesting that Bungie's like confirming that it's like, you can do it, just play a match Gambit before you turn them in.
Here's a workaround.
Yeah.
No worries.
You can do it, but yeah, and that's pretty much TWAB. I mean,
yeah, it was relatively. There was important information in it, but it was relatively light information. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm ready for the next expansion season.
Black Armory.
The guy looks pretty menacing. Like Christ, the robot. The robot looks pretty. You know, the Exo looks pretty menacing. Like he's like pretty like, you know what I mean? Like there's gonna be some kind of darkness with this guy. But I could be wrong. But he looks pretty.
Isn't that like Hector 4 or Hecate 4 or some shit like that? Like I've seen that name a lot in a lot of lore cards recently.
I have no idea.
I'll have to talk to I'll get in contact with Mylan and ask him. Hey Matt, quick question here. Who is Hector 4? Hector 4? Thanks a lot. Appreciate you. Love everything you do.
No, but I think that we're going to get some pretty fun weapons.
Oh yeah,
some pretty fun weapons are going to be coming out, and you know, doing the Malfeasance quest. I'm actually excited for Joker's Wild. Like I've been really I'm now jonesing for that one.
Yeah, that's another thing. The Bungie Bounty stream, which of course Destiny Roundup has summarized, or at least transcribed, some very important things that were said, which some of that applies to Gambit, which Drifter's story is definitely going to be fleshed out in Season of the Drifter.
Fuck yes.
They are going to be like going up more into like who he is. Let's see. And they are apparently possibly coming next season or at Season with the Drifter. There is going to be a pinnacle Gambit weapon coming.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Gambit is getting like a broadsword / Luna's Howl. Well, I don't know exactly when, but it's coming. Like, apparently it's done already. They're just like, because people have confirmed to have seen it. So, I mean, just like Broadsword and Luna's Howl, it's like it's apparently designed to be, of course, the best weapon that you can want to use in Gambit. And I'm wondering if that's what the mysterious perk I found in the API is for.
Onslaught?
Yeah. Where stacks of Rampage make this weapon fire faster the more stacks of Rampage you have.
So it's an auto rifle.
Or Pulse.
Well, it could be. Yeah, you're right. It could be Pulse. I think my auto rifle love is showing.
I mean, auto rifle would make most sense, so I do agree with you that, but, you know, devil's advocate to throw out another
it could be a faster firing pulse rifle. That
or an SMG, like, actually. Come to think of it.
Or an LMG.
True. So, I mean, there are possibilities because there's a crap ton of, like, rapid fire stuff to take advantage of that.
True. An LMG with Onslaught and Rampage? Go fuck yourself.
I know, right?
Jesus Christ, man.
Thunderlord Jr. there.
just trying to break that shit.
I know, right? That, like,
really?
Jr.
Really? Jesus. I mean, with Luna's Howl, look at the weapons that came before it. Luna's Howl, nasty. Not Forgotten, nasty. The Claymore,
Yeah, but
Gross.
those are only nasty with a skill rank, with a skill though. Because Luna's Howl is only a .67 if you're hitting 3 headshots in a row.
Sure.
I mean, how often do you hit all headshots on a hand cannon?
I don't use a hand cannon, so probably never.
I mean, I use hand cannons and
no, I lie. I do use it. Yeah, it can be tough. I do use. I have been using a hand cannon every now and then.
Yeah,
different maps, different loadouts type of situation.
Now, broadsword, like that, I don't know for like myself because I obviously don't have one. But maybe across all these seasons, I might, hit the step where it requires me to have 5 resets during a season, and I might therefore start really grinding for it. Otherwise, I'm just progressing steps to eventually get there. But
I'm definitely going for the pinnacle weapon in Gambit. That's 100% going to happen.
Let me see. But yeah, there's, like I said, Destiny Roundup has like a bunch of like transcribed moments from the Bungie Bounty stream of some very good information. One of which is actually level design, especially when concerning Gambit. And they are apparently because they made a bunch of levels with like these long sight lines and stuff, which of course has helped the power of like sleeper and like linear fusion rifles and snipers and stuff and people to invade and play passive. So there actually are going to be making some levels that don't have all these like really long sight lines to hopefully promote some closer play from invaders more often.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear. Also, new maps. That's also what I want to hear.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey,
someone wants to go somewhere.
No, someone here is my girlfriend outside. Wants to go outside, but she's at my goddamn door. She's not stupid. Pete, come here, bud. No?
But yeah, so like I said, there's some very interesting like Oh, and they also answered a question about moat pickup, which apparently moats are slaves to your latency and the latency of your lobby and such. So they can be a little weird to pick up. So yeah. Also, and apparently you can throw moats with 1,000 voices. Because moats are susceptible to physics, just like the buff from Blindwell.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that thing. If you hilariously, if you use your Blade Barrage super on a shiny boy in Blindwell, that buff will go like skyrocket towards the ceiling and then bounce down somewhere. So
really?
Yeah. Because for some reason blades like make the physics like really freak out on it.
Oh,
it's hilarious.
They make knights like in the raid. They make knights go flying like 50 fucking feet up in the air. It's pretty funny. All of a sudden you just see a knight go. Bloom!
Yeah.
It's like flying up in the air. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah. So yeah, because someone asked on streams like, will there be a pinnacle weapon for Gambit next season? So actually, yeah. Greg, I forget his last name, but yeah, one of the majors. Like I've seen it with my own eyes, and it's a sight to behold. It's very pinnacle. It's extremely pinnacle. So there's that.
That would be nice. I really, honestly, I could say this now that we've had it for this long. I've really enjoyed Gambit, and Gambit. I will say this: it's kind of taken over for Strikes for me. Like I don't play Strikes nearly as much as I used to, but that's kind of a good thing for me because Strikes get really monotonous and boring. Where every match of Gambit is relatively different. You get something new with it. So I just I've really come to the point where I have accepted it as a game mode, and I think it's been a really good addition.
For sure. But the only hint we get on it on this pinnacle weapon is the fact that another devs say Malfeasance is very invader focused. But he says that's half the game focus. there's a whole other half to Gambit. You fill in the blanks.
It's going to be the Ad Slayer.
Possibly.
Yeah,
or Primeval. Ooh.
I know, right?
Well, Primeval buff on it.
Like some kind of like... Yeah, I don't know, because... To be honest, it's not Pinnacle, but legitimately the Gambit rocket launcher is actually really good to use not only on the Primeval Envoys, because it is a Void rocket launcher and they have Void shields, but my God, can it do also tip for people coming out, Ascendant Primeval Servitor gets absolutely wrecked by cluster bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Like because it's so big. It takes a lot. Like, that's how I wrecked it in the story. Was I just happened to have like a cluster rocket bomb on my first playthrough, and I just saw its health just vanish, and it's like, oh, I know what to use. So no. Yeah, so cluster bombs can absolutely demolish that thing. So yeah, so I don't know. I'm almost going to predict it's going to be an energy weapon. Like, that's what I can feel.
I can see that.
Because Malfeasance is, of course, the kinetic, and it's great for invaders. They've already said that. But if there's the other half to Gambit, why are they going to make you like, if you're going to be like Pinnacle and like Optimal, it's like they're either going to be able to set you out to be absolutely monstrous in Gambit, or they're going to make you choose between Malfeasance and the Pinnacle weapon for which half of Gambit you want to focus on. So, but my money is on it's an energy weapon.
No, I could definitely, I could see that.
I'm going to say primary.
Also,
to make you compete, like you said, to make you compete with the Malfeasance.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense, but at the same time, that's not usually Bungie's way.
No.
Because let's look at like Luna's Howl, Not Forgotten. It pairs awesomely with like kinetic shotguns. But anyway. Actually, it can also pair with Redrick's Broadsword, actually. I just realized that. Because Redrick's Broadsword is kinetic.
Mm.
Huh. You can actually just immediately demolish, like, anything.
You absolutely positively have to kill every motherfucker in the room, except no substitute.
When you have to John Wick. To John Wick the entire room.
But yeah, because, I mean, I know we have a question for it lined up similarly, but I mean, Luna's Howl can be pretty good against a shotgun rusher. I mean, headshots get extremely easier whenever they're running at you.
Hey, as a playing last night in comp, all I did was I just kept my space a little bit more. I played a little more space, and I had trust waiting. I had trust waiting with explosive payload, and dude, they couldn't. I would say I only got probably rushed to where I couldn't stop them maybe twice. And that was out of probably 10 to 15 times people were rushing at me with a shotgun. It's just a matter of spacing. Like, that's the biggest thing I can say about shotguns is you just got to keep your space.
For sure. And just before we get to our Happy Fun Time Revolutionary stuffs, one major thing did happen this past week.
I think I know where you're going with this because I was going to bring this up too. Go ahead.
I would have brought it up at the top of the show, but I kind of forgot. And hilariously, it's also at the very bottom of the TWAB this week, which is Bungie. I love you. But no, what was it, like the 12th, I think? We had the passing of a legend. A sheer titan who has walked this earth 95 freaking years. And who has touched generations of kids and people. Stanley has passed.
Yeah.
It has actually hit me way harder than I anticipated. Because it's like I tell people, Stan Lee is the reason I was a Marvel guy, come to find out. Because I loved the idea of Marvel having superheroes that had problems, like very obvious, and not just like, oh, I'm a person from a different planet problem. I'm talking, oh, I have superpowers, but I'm still struggling to keep my power bill paid problems.
Yeah. I can fly, but I can't pay my electric bill.
Exactly, because that's like half of the Fantastic Four's issues, is just paying the rent. Like, oh. But yeah.
I really wish they could have gotten a Fantastic Four movie that was halfway decent with.
The newest one wasn't so bad.
No.
The newest one wasn't bad until the end.
Better than that Apocalypse that came before it.
Oh, but that's okay. But
the very first was actually better.
This dog shit is slightly better than that dog shit. Like that's what you're saying to me right now. Because oh god, those Fantastic. Okay, let's not get off topic here. Stan Lee. Okay, Stan Lee. I, as someone who grew up Spider-Man, I've said this many times, Spider-Man is my favorite comic, just Marvel character. His universe is my favorite universe. Yeah. And, Stan Lee, he never seemed like the kind of guy who was ever going to, because you get some of these celebrities, they don't have time for their fans. They don't care. They're just there to be them kind of thing. But Stan Lee, he always seemed like he was just a normal, humble guy, but he was always so positive to every member. Because damn well, that guy, can you imagine how many cons and how many things that guy has sat through and heard the same thing over and over again from all these fans?
Oh, for sure.
But guess what? The guy, I have never heard of a story where the guy...
Never
once did he not take time to, either, take a picture with a fan or sign something if he's walking by? I mean, I've heard all these stories are coming out how amazing the guy is, but the guy was a human first, you know what I mean? And he treated people with respect. He sat there and he created a lot of my childhood, man.
Yeah.
He created a lot of my childhood. And then his attitude, and then the cameos only helped him. They gave him so much personality, and you realize how and the funny thing is, he's got that kind of personality, where it was like he was a funny guy, self-deprecating stuff, but he was also, Excelsior. You know what I mean? Like the guy is just, he's like you said, he is a titan of the industry. He was a creator of an entire universe. Think about that. I mean, he was a creator of an entire universe, and just the guy, God, rest in peace. God bless you, man. I know you're in a better place because, you got a bunch of, okay. Stan Lee had one of the best lines ever, though, and this is going to get a little, maybe not, maybe let the kids look away for a second, but he had a great line. He goes, Stan, why do you think that, comic books are going to, disappear eventually, with the thing of the, internet and looking at your phone or your iPad? And he goes, it's, comics are kind of like boobs. He goes, they're good to look at on the internet, but every now and then you kind of want to hold them in your hand. You know what I mean? And that's, and that's the kind of stuff you got from the guy. You know what I mean? It's just funny, but stuff that you can relate to. The guy was a servant to his people, to his universe. You know what I mean? He always held true to that. The stuff he did for charity, the stuff he did for kids. I mean, the guy is, I know towards the end there was some stuff that everyone's trying to, some stuff that people were going after the poor guy, and the guy's 95 years old. And I God bless him, God rest, rest in peace, and they thank you for everything you did, man, because you gave me some of the best moments in nerddom, I guess you can say.
I mean, say what you want about the guy. I mean, he was 95. That's a long life. Like, I'll be lucky if I hit 95 years. I'm gonna be honest. Other than like your dad, he gave you your first hero.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. Chances are it was a Stan Lee creation.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, the man molded Marvel. Because there's just so many things he did well for the company and just comic books as an industry that nobody else wanted to do. It's like when he broke the comic codes of ethics, which was like a seal of approval. It's like, oh, you can't mention alcohol, you can't mention drugs, you can't mention this, you can't mention that. And Stan Lee had a a storyline with Tony Stark battling with alcoholism. It wasn't like, alcohol in a positive way. It was trying to like show you like the issues of alcoholism, and the comic code of ethics is like, nope, can't do that. And so everyone, it's like, what do we do? And it was basically Stan Lee that pushed the episode. Just don't put the seal on it.
Mm-hmm.
And they did. And Marvel became like deep, dark issues that they could cover, but show in such a way that can help you avoid them. I mean, it's like I said, that man, he got into, he did really good for a guy that didn't want to use his real name because he wanted to be a real author. And that's why he used the pseudonym Stan Lee, which he ended up changing to his legal name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but he forged his own destiny. And like I said, he was competing with things like Superman and Batman that was already, like set. And he was able to take Marvel and create numerous franchises.
Have you guys seen his What If run? He took the Justice League characters and did them in his version. It's really, really cool. Like, I've looked at him a couple times, and I was just like, "Yeah, this is the coolest." Because I mean, he did Wonder Woman, he did a Batman, he did like all the main Justice League with DC's permission, of course. This says, DC Comics presents Stan Lee's, whatever. I forgot what it was referred to as. I think it was like What If or what the it was like one of those weird comics. But I mean, it's still super cool. The guy had so much talent. He had talent coming out of his pores, basically,
Oh yeah, and the crazy thing about this, he made Spider-Man when he was pretty much told not to because they said people don't like spiders.
Mm-hmm.
People are afraid of spiders. Why are you trying to make a character that people don't? We got Superman, Batman, but you want to make Spider-Man? Who wants to see spiders? Like, you know what I mean? And then look at what he formed. You know what I mean? He created. It's just
yeah,
it's crazy, man.
Oh, and the comic book series is Just Imagine.
Oh, okay. I know it was something like that.
But yeah, it was published by DC, but it worked on by Stan Lee.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
I knew it was something like Just Imagine or What If. I know What If is something
Yeah,
else.
That's Marvel's.
Oh, that's Marvel. Okay.
When they want to do an alternate, it's like, what if this person just didn't do this?
Oh, okay.
It's like a one-shot comic out of it. But yeah.
Okay. I mean, have you guys seen some of the artwork that people have put out because of this?
Oh yes. Oh my God. It's like, that's actually when the feels really started hitting me, man. Like seeing like so many pictures of like Spider-Man hugging Stan Lee, saying farewell, and it's like, oh my God, man.
The one that got me was they showed him sitting there, and it's his older self, and he's sitting there in a chair, and then all the pretty much all the Avengers, all the characters he created are all little kids in costumes sitting around him.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting around him, and he's telling them a story, and he's got I forgot who he has on his knee, but it just was. It's sad, man. It's just it's sad, but God bless, man. He lived 95 years.
Yeah, I mean,
if you sign me up for that right now, you sign me up for 95 years, I will take that, no problem. You'll never hear a complaint from me.
There were two artist renditions that got me. One was Doctor Strange, and he opened up a portal. Mm-hmm. And on the other side, you saw a woman, in the distance because of his wife. Yeah. And he was like, and he actually said, he was like, "Come on, Father, I'm taking you home." And then one was from Toy Story, like the Toy Story scene at the very end when Andy gives his toys to the little girl, but it's obviously Stan Lee, and he's like, "Here you go, Kevin. Here's all my toys. They're kind of beat up, but they're still good." And I'm like, oh my God, oh no.
I know. I liked one. It was kind of like a newspaper comic-esque, but it's like Stan Lee. It's like he's being ushered. It's the pearly gates, it's the clouds, and there's a voice. It's like, welcome. I hear you're pretty good at making universes too.
Yeah, you're pretty good at making universes, son.
I love
that one.
But Rest in peace, man. That is just it's a thing where it's sad. Yes, it's sad. It had a profound effect on me, but I'm also kind of I'm just happy that that man existed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's really what it comes down to. The guy brought so much joy to everyone's life and so much meaning. If you really think about it, so much meaning to everyone's life. Look at, all the Marvel movies that are going on right now. That's him, man.
He's touched generations. It's ridiculous, like how far he's touched, even without being like behind the pins anymore. I mean, it
just makes me happy that he'll be in the second Infinity War. He'll be in he was able to film that.
Yeah.
He was able to film that. That's going to be that's going to be a feels moment.
Oh god, it's going to be.
Was he? Did he make it? Because I thought his last one was on Teen Titans Go, which would have been a travesty.
Well, but that's the thing, because this Infinity film did finish wrapping in time for him to, because it finished wrapping like 2-3 months ago.
Okay.
I mean, filming finished wrapping 2-3 months ago, so he was most likely able to get a cameo in.
No, that's what I heard. I've heard from multiple sources that he will be in this last.
Even though I do not like Teen Titans Go, and I think that movie, like that entire idea, is a travesty with the comedy style. Stan Lee's cameo in Teen Titans Go is actually absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, it's me, Stan Lee, and he has a assistant walk up to him. It's like, and all of a sudden, like whispering in his ears, like, "Oh no, this is a DC movie. I gotta get out of here."
Excelsior!
And then he hops back in. Like, apparently a little later, he like hops on the golf cart that the Teen Titans are on. He's like, "I don't care if it's a DC movie. I love cameos."
But like I said, we've said everything that needs to be said. God bless you, Stan. Thank you for everything you've done.
To quote Kevin Smith, a big bucket of win for that man.
Yeah.
Imagine how accomplished he felt. On his deathbed, you have to feel. I mean, I would imagine that he felt so accomplished and the feeling of love and support that a guy can get, just amazing,
And hilariously, the most successful failure pretty much ever, because again, he wanted to become a real author.
Yeah, he was definitely a real author.
But I got stuck doing the comic book thing. But yeah.
Hey man, because back in the days, that was looked at as like a joke profession of thing. You know what I mean? It was.
And according to like one of the last things I saw about it, he was actually ready to quit. But it was actually his wife, because they gave him run to make a new comic book, and his wife's like, and he's like, "I just want to quit. I'm not sure if I even want to do this." And his wife says, like, "Do one issue, do it however you want it, just however you want it, just do it. And if it doesn't work out, you can quit." And Stanley's like, "All right, cool." And the Fantastic Four came out of that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
Just amazing life that man had.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to these questions. We've got
let's brighten up a little.
Let's brighten up a little bit. Let's get to these questions. And you know what? I'm going to start us off with arguably the best question we got. This is a very important question that I think needs to be answered. Is from our boy, friend of the show, friend of many shows, awesome guy, Phoenix, Risen Phoenix. How many butts can fit into a suitcase?
Is it sad I've thought about this one?
I thought about it, so I go, is he talking maybe cigarette butts? We could go that way too. I was
thinking Boston butts, and actually I've thought about this. If you're taking a standard suitcase and you're stuffing it with Boston butts, I'm estimating around a dozen.
Gotcha. Any input on this, Buster? You got any ideas how many butts you can fit in a suitcase?
I mean, I've seen some video allegedly. A standard size butt, like one, a little mini butt, you can probably fit like two in a standard suitcase, of course.
Okay, we're talking carry-on size.
Carry on. Probably
carry
one.
on.
We'll go one. We'll go one. It's got to be able to fit through carry-on luggage. Because obviously, we don't want someone haul around your butt somewhere.
I mean, in the video footage that I've seen, it was definitely not a carry-on, and it wasn't like. You can't ask me a question and not expect me to research this here, guy. I just want to know here. I went down some deep, dark rabbit holes, my friends. The internet is a scary place. Very interesting, but also kind of fucking creepy. But
we still love Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna not rapid fire these, but I'm gonna just kind of pick and choose because I'm gonna see if there's any other ones that I really want to get to before we get into some of the meatier ones. Let's see. Hold on 1 second.
I'd say, as an aside, before you start, did you see that Destiny 2 is the second most downloaded game in PlayStation?
No.
It is.
Okay. Let's get it. Okay. These are from our clan foes who, I'm just letting you guys know, I was recently informed that we're going to be, on their website, their newly created website. We are going to be the featured podcast, and we will be so big shout out to those guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Whoever, because I know they're like whoever's heading the website, because I know it's Museum and Ghetto Fish. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Shout out to you guys then, because that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really awesome, and so we're going to be able to have our own little corner in that website, which would be really cool. Really, really cool. But this is from our clan. This is from Justin. This is a very important question. He goes, Gorilla, how do mermaids have babies? Well, if you've watched Futurama, you would know that in Futurama, mermaids have babies by the mermaid lays her eggs all over the bed and then waits for the guy mermaid to come over and take care of business. I'm just saying that's how I've seen it. But you guys have any other ways how mermaids are made? How they have babies?
Des, do you have one?
Hilariously, again, after doing like some research, apparently science concludes that the Futurama method, I guess, would be accurate.
See, I've also done some research, and I've seen a few videos. From what I've seen, it's very standard. The mermaid goes through a pterogenesis, if you will, and becomes a normal human for a short time. And in that time, she goes and finds a plethora of suitors that may or may not have all snake-balled it, I guess would be the best way to put it.
Oh, man. So great.
And then the result is a baby. Is when after everything is said and done, everybody came and went. She went back to the sea, went into aquagenesis. If you watch the show, the show Siren on Freeform, it'll show you how that happens. And then she goes and has her little aqua baby.
Okay, that's it. Very informative.
Ask me questions and not expect me to look it up online.
Okay, great. That's awesome. Okay, next question from Doom Bunny. Now, this is a really dark question, but what is the meaning of death? The meaning of death is the end. It is the end. I think that is.
Or is it the beginning?
Who knows?
Death is only the beginning. Can't remember where I get that from.
That is what's it called? That's oh my god, I'm gonna hate myself for this.
I know, right?
Oh my god. Is that a Gandalf thing? I know Gandalf talks about that. I know he talks about Mary, but he talks to Mary about it. But okay, any ideas on death here, fellas? On what the meaning of death is?
That's from The Mummy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, apparently death is only the beginning. Is The Mummy.
The Mummy, that's it. Back when Mummy was actually okay. The first two mummies.
Baby, the first on the wrong side of the river.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh, the best. Benny, when Benny gets locked in the freaking tomb at the very end of it, and then all the freaking bugs. Oh, dude, those scarab beetles, those gave me nightmares, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Those things were ruthless. All right. This is This is an easy one. I can answer this, fellas.
I mean, personally, I think death is the reset button.
Could be
for your energy. Your consciousness.
Gonna turn into like a caterpillar.
No, I've done enough hallucinogenics to know that that's not how that works.
I don't like turn into like a tiger from here. I don't like upgrade to that.
No, you don't ever go down. You always go up. You only go up. Once you hit human in like reincarnation, you stay human.
Wait, but here's my question: Do the PETA people get to like become animals because they love animals so much?
No. I think the rules. Okay. I think the rules of resurrection of reincarnation apply.
Okay.
You know what? I would actually love it if PETA people were to become animals.
Oh God, yeah. For all the animals they kill. Okay, I'm not getting political. Never mind. I'm not going there. Okay. Let's see. Dankling. Very important question here. Will I ever get laid? No. Okay. Next question.
Wait. Hold on.
Most importantly, if you have to ask. Like, I'm gonna magic 8-ball this one. Signs point to no.
Wait, hold on, guys.
At least not in the immediate future. Now, long term, it becomes more of a possibility.
Everybody has somebody in this life, okay?
That's true. That's what I'm saying. Long term, it becomes possible.
You're asking me to be nice? Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm about being nice here on this one. Hold on a second.
No, you asking me to be nice? Wait a minute. We gotta make sure you realize who I am, right? I am like Mr. Anti-Nice a lot of times.
Right.
My answer is yes, good sir. All you need to do is find the right girl for you.
Actually, yes, that is also my serious
person for you. Yeah, we don't judge on RNGCast. We don't judge. Whatever makes you be happy. Be happy.
Hell, I just said I looked at fucking mermaid porn this week, and those guys didn't even blink.
When it comes from whatever you say, it doesn't faze me anymore. I just roll with it. I go, okay.
Also, much like in the words of the amazing Joe Dirt, you like to see homos naked, man? That's cool. Whatever.
Yeah, man. Whatever.
Wait, man. Whatever. All right. Let's see. This is from Ghetto Fish.
Now, home is where you make it this.
Let's see. Now that we are over a year removed from D1, is it worth it to go back and start over a completely new character and get caught up to date in D2?
Go fuck yourself.
What would be the most fun? What would be the least fun?
The least fun would be that entire grind.
Yeah, goddamn right. Again. Nope.
But at the same time, I'm going to say if you have never played D1, if like you're fresh in D2, sure. Like legitimately, it would be cool. Like just to see like, I mean, I don't think you're going to get the same reaction. As the people that played and like connected to the history and such and whatever. Because there's a lot of stuff also that just came through that just you had to be in the moment for, like the hatred of shot package on shotguns and final round snipers, like those types of hatreds and metas that
Clever
forge.
Dragon.
Yeah, like
those things that forge Icebreaker.
Yeah, like bonds of hatred and / or joy from people you just can't really experience anymore. But at the same time, I mean, yeah, I think it'd be pretty good. It'd be pretty well worth it.
Now, I could speak out of experience on this. I actually have an Xbox 360 set up in my garage that I use while I'm working out. If I'm on the recumbent bike, I will I'll hop on and I'll start playing some D1, and it's fun as hell. But I'm also doing it, obviously I'm just doing the storyline. It's just member berries. It's just member bears for me the entire time. Oh God, man, you take for granted a lot of things. You take for granted a lot of things that are in D2 that are not in D1. And that's all I'm going to say. There is so much stuff that has been put into D2 that are quality of life improvements compared to D1. The story is still the D1 story. That's all I gotta say. It's depending on how you play it, where you're playing, what storyline you're going with, it'll make somewhat sense. But like I said, it's fun to get back in there. But then I start missing certain things about D1 as far as like just weapons and everything in general. And you got to remember everything that's good. It is just it's a nice trip down memory lane, but I don't know if it's definitely necessary. That's my thought.
I wouldn't play D1 again if you paid me.
I
also wouldn't play this D2 storyline again. So that's.
Oh no! The Cabal storyline. I'm so sick and tired of Cabal. Like I am so sick and tired of Cabal. Oh man, I'm definitely over that. But the original D2 story is definitely a tough one.
Like my buddy was talking about, he wanted to. He's like, man, I'm bored at home because work isn't giving. Well, it is giving overtime, but it's giving overtime to certain like the higher ups. And he's like, man, let me tell you, I'm bored at home. I'm thinking about getting a game system. I'm like, oh man, you should definitely get a PlayStation, a PS4, and get Destiny 2. And he's like, let me see some of the gameplay. And I showed him some of the gameplay. And he's like, man, it looks pretty cool. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, how long's the story? I'm like, it's fucking long as shit. And he's like, would you be able to help me? I'm like, would I help you? Yes. Can I help you? Yeah. Am I going to? Probably not. And he started laughing. He was like, man, come on. And I'm like, no, I'd play with my, I probably would just help you and just run through with my, I don't know, my hunter and just run around and, use that to level up the subclasses and whatnot. And he's like, all right, yeah, man, I'll definitely get it. And in my head, I'm thinking, I am not going to be excited about this playthrough for him. But with two people that with like, somebody at max light or high ass light, it should be kind of like a rip through and thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're going to fly through.
Yeah. Plus I might catch things that I haven't noticed before.
That's the one thing I do notice, that on second, third playthroughs, you start to see certain things that you missed, like little just lines from certain characters or just like little things that are like off to the side on a level that you walk past a million times, but all of a sudden for some reason they catch your eye this time. I don't know. Just dumb little things. But all right, let's see. What did you have anything for that question?
The one about playing D1?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty nothing anymore. But I mean, like I said, it'll be worth it. Like I said, if you haven't played through D1, it might be worth it. But I mean, I don't know, still like give and take, because I mean, you can definitely see, like, at least for the base systems, like how far or close like the systems came from and such. But yeah, I mean, it might be worth someone's time.
All right, let's see. So this is from Stripes. This is gonna be funny. What does it take, and whose junk do I have to put in my mouth to get a simple weapon drop? It's not like I'm trying to farm an exotic or a Nightfall exclusive weapon.
Welcome to the RNG game.
Yeah, welcome to RNG. Everyone asks for for random rolls, and here you go.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like legitimately, like at least because I'm assuming it's probably a Deathstroke Blooms farm. Which, yeah, that can be rough because I mean, there's no like waiting towards a specific thing, and like at least going for an exotic or a Nightfall exclusive weapon. You have like a path, like a very specific path, and I know people have come up with specific paths for Deathstroke Blues, but again, that comes from a very wider pool. So I would actually more suggest you farm for Mindbender's Ambition, to be honest, because that's going to be an easier farm than for like what people consider like a perfect Deathstroke Blues.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here's another question. This is from actually posted in a Facebook group I'm part of. So this is a question from, his name is Austin Mayo. He goes, let's see. First off, where do you get this podcast? Well, okay, we got that. He goes, what about the topic of shaders on exotics? If you preview a shader for your entire armor set, it actually applies to your equipped primary exotic. But you can't apply shaders to exotics. I love the idea, just not sure how everyone else feels about it. So shaders on exotics. I'm guessing weapons, because you can do it for armor.
Yeah, you can for armor.
Well, first off, thank you for listening, and welcome to the revolution.
Yes, and second off, well, first off, where you get the podcast is practically everywhere.
Yeah, I've been pretty vocal about that. We're definitely
like load up pretty much anything that can play a podcast, and I'm about laying money that we're there except for Spotify.
If you find one other than Spotify, let me know. And if you're listening to podcasts on Spotify, I ask you this question: why?
Why? Why are you making your life difficult?
Why? Because we don't have commercials, and if you have Spotify, you get commercials.
Yeah, you. Yeah. And on our show, you're going to get a lot of commercials.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh God. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we would actually be Spotify's best friend if we were on
Spotify's like we're going to be Spotify's featured podcast.
I know, right? Because like
revenue.
They talk for how long?
11 commercial breaks. Fuck yes, boys.
Okay. So go ahead. Let's hear it.
I don't know, because I'm kind of on the fence, because at the same time, like I said, I have a very specific shader, and of course, not a lot of exotic weapons are in red and blue, except for Zeros. But yeah, I would kind of be down for it, but at the same time, I don't know. I really don't know how to feel.
Isn't that what ornaments are for, though? Really?
Sort of.
That's my thing. The body design, though.
They changed the body, but they also changed the color.
Yeah, they do.
Obviously, there's not a lot of ornaments. I mean, it may be a system where we actually get more ornaments. I think that would be kind of cool. Or maybe like an ornament that, like, okay, this is just stupid, but this is like, I don't know, a steampunk ornament. Where if it's an ornament that you could put on any exotic, so any exotic weapon, and it'll make it like a steampunk version of it. I don't know. I think that'd be fucking cool. Like if you could have an ornament that like would change the appearance of any weapon, any exotic weapon. I think that'd be pretty fucking cool. I don't think it's ever going to happen because that's just ridiculous amount of work they'd have to put into it. But
have you guys seen the Thunderlord's ornaments?
Oh yeah. It's the TWAB one is very nice and very accurate to Aztec design as well.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to throw back to TWAB?
TWAB was for a self-res warlock. That was your best friend. That freaking gun, dude. In PvP, that's when I would start wrecking with that fucking thing.
But yeah, I mean. Because there are a lot of ornaments that are basically just glorified. Like most of Midas ornaments are basically glorified recolor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, I might be down with it for sure. Because there's a bunch of them that I probably wouldn't use shaders on anyway. But I think it'd be cool if they did add the possibility to add shaders to exotic weapons. Because I mean, like I said, if you don't like the idea, then don't put a shader on it, and you're fine.
See, which shade you put red and blue? What shader do you use?
Bold statement.
Okay. See,
it's very nice because it's like this kind of neutral gray and black with red and blue, and it's like all the colors on it. Most armors only show the blue with very hints of red, but weapons really make that red and blue pop.
Buster, do you have a shader that you use on everything, or you just use whatever you feel like?
The one I'm in now, the one I'm really into now. I gotta find it. While
you're looking, I'll tell you mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the way I work is I've got two armor shaders I use. I use Vice Poison Shimmer for part of my stuff, and then the other one I use is the the Escalation Protocol one that you get at the end of Escalation Protocol. I think it looks really cool. I love the orange with like the graphite like kind of look. I think it really looks cool. But for weapons, I only use one shader, and that's Bumblebee. I use Bumblebee on every fucking gun I have. Don't know why. It's not like I have a team that's like black and yellow that I like. For some reason, I just like the way it looks on guns.
I'm a fan of Gambit Chrome. Currently, and there's another one that's purple.
Purple? Are we talking like Callus Purple or
Mesiac's Bramble?
That might
like
be
Inward
it.
Bramble.
Yeah, I think that might be it. I'm looking through actually right now. When I see it, it'll pop. Yeah, it might be the M-word Bramble.
The M-word Bramble.
That's that word. Like, I love Bungie for like getting names from like mythological and like weird sources and such. But pronouncing some of them.
I've said Mixelplix once. I was like Mixelplix Bramble. They're like, no, that's not it, dude. That's not it. That's wrong. So wrong.
All right. So let's see.
Oh, Celestial Dome. That's the one also.
Okay. All right. So, sounds good. All right. Let me see. Is there anything else that I want to go over?
Do them all, man. We got time.
I know. I'm looking. Okay. So these are just things that I post that I see that I like. So this one guy, he didn't really like have given me a great topic, but like he gave me a topic, but he didn't like tell me what to like go into. Mm-hmm. But he wants to discuss the history of Aldrin or the Queen. Now, this is my thing to you guys. Coming up in the coming weeks, I would like to do a nothing but lore episode. And I want to do a lore episode, and I want to try to see if we can get one of our amazing lore minds in the community to come on with us.
Is there a guest that you would like me to work on?
We will discuss this. We will discuss this in private times. I want it to be kind of a surprise. Let's see if we can work on some people. We can lean on some people and get them to come on the show. I'm sure it won't be a problem.
Connections to a couple lore minds.
I think almost all of them. Then let's try to get two of them on.
You want me to try to get a lore roundtable going?
Yes, that's exactly what I fucking want. I want that.
I got
so
you.
I'm not. Hey, so whoever asked this question, because I didn't get his name, we will go over this because there's a lot of topics in lore that I want to discuss, and I am not smart enough to go over these topics in depth. It'll be like the guide for dummies on lore, and you don't want that from me. You want it from people who actually know what the hell they're talking about. Mm-hmm. And if you want to hear me talk about lore, quick little shout out. You could go to Bad's Lit Lore and hear me freaking drunk / other things out of my mind trying to talk about Toland. It's quite hilarious if you want to just listen to that and me ramble on about nothing for about an hour. It's pretty funny. But of course Zanny always does that stuff. Great guy. Had me on. It was fun. That was really early on in me talking on a microphone. But no, it was I want to have that big lore discussion episode. I think it'd be really fun. We'll pick a slow week, and I think we can do it.
I'm sure I can make that happen. That's easy sauce. I need a challenge here, people.
All right. So I'm going to go. This is one that I think is really important, this is one I think this is a topic I found. So Sony, for the first time in, I believe, 24 years, will be skipping E3. Now, that is really interesting to me. Because E3 now officially is starting to lose some of the big time, because EA does that, right? EA is no longer, doesn't go to E3. They do their own kind of thing. Now Sony's skipping it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that for the past couple of years, even Nintendo's biggest reveals have been coming from Nintendo Direct rather than like things like E3.
Although E3 was insane with Nintendo. Nintendo, I felt like I was walking into like Mario World. Like it was like nothing. Everything was red. Everything was red. Everything was. I mean, it was pretty interesting. But yeah, reading that, I'm starting to think that people are going to start investing less resources into like things like E3
and start doing personal ones
and start doing their own stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I think it makes more sense because of how viral things can get now, that you don't need per se a platform like E3 to get the word across. All this is going to take, I mean, guess what? If someone said from the PlayStation, you know, where don't they have is it PX something like PlayStation X?
PSX?
Yeah, PSX. There you go. If something was brought up there, it's going to go spread like wildfire. So what's kind of the point of E3 for some of those big companies? I mean, obviously some of the big companies are still going to be there and they're still going to be doing their thing. But I mean, I could honestly, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I could honestly see a lot of the big boys just not doing E3 anymore, or maybe only doing E3 every other year, or doing E3 every 3 years.
Or anytime there's a big announcement, maybe.
Like a really big announcement, like Destiny 2. Destiny 2 with E3 was a big deal. Like, it was a huge goddamn deal, dude. It was probably the biggest game there as far as widespread like playability and everything like that. That was probably the biggest game there. And it needed, I don't think it needed it, but it was definitely, I guess, I would say a good thing because there was a lot of exposure it got.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of these things, especially with the way social media is now, I mean, you just like that match, you like the fuse. I mean, it's going to go off. People are going to go off, and Kotaku and IGN are all going to talk about it. So, I can kind of see a trend of just maybe the expos aren't going to be quite as heavy hitter, full. You're not going to have a lot of the big name guys maybe there the entire time. At least that's my own personal opinion. I guess, people are always looking to save money. I mean, even if they became multi-million-dollar corporations, billion-dollar corporations for a reason. They're not going out there. I mean, because I'm sure it costs a lot of money to get everything set up and get everything going on at E3. So I don't know.
So, go ahead, Des.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something. I heard
no.
I have some information here that's quite interesting. Worldwide sell-in numbers for the PS4 units: 86 plus million units sold as of September 18th. Worldwide software sell-in numbers: 777.9 million units. Total number of major system updates since launch: 11. Okay, let's take a guess on the top 5 best-selling games.
GTA.
Yes.
Fortnite.
No.
Really?
No. It is on there though. It's on the list. It's further down on the list.
Call of Duty franchise.
Black Ops 3 and World War II. Yes.
Nice.
Hey, well, let's just throw it out there. Destiny.
Nope. 3 and 4 might surprise you, but it might not.
Damn it. All right. Maybe like a sports game?
It is a sports game, yes.
FIFA?
Yes. 17 and 18 are 3 and 4. The top 5 DualShock colors ranked from 1 to 5 is black, blue, red, white, camo. Most popular titles on PS4 is Call of Duty, Black Ops 3, probably because it just came out. It's been the most recent one. FIFA 17, FIFA 18, Fortnite, there it is, and GTA 5. Most downloaded games on PS4. I told you one earlier today, and it's number 2. Number 1, the most downloaded, is Black Ops 3. It was a free game on PSN. Destiny 2, also a free game on PSN. You're going to catch a little thing here. Number 3 is Dead by Daylight, which was also a free game on PSN. Number 5, Just Cause 3. I think that was also a free game on PSN. And the final one is Mafia 3. 3? Yeah, Mafia 3.
The Mafia games, like, I didn't realize that they were that popular.
Yeah, they're super popular. Which was also, you're going to catch here, a rhythm, a game on PSN. So people who argue, well, the only reason it was in the top was because it was a free game on PSN. Every game that was listed was a free game on fucking PSN. Quit your Destiny hate. Get on the train. Train's not leaving. Platform 9 3/4. Right here waiting for you, baby. Hardware Express. Choo choo. Hype train. Conducted by one.
I am going to see that Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them on Sunday, I think. I'm going to go see it tomorrow. We're actually going to get...
Oh, yeah.
Get the old man to watch the kids. He's all... My dad's all, like, freaking out because he's like, I've never watched a girl before. I go, you'll be fine. He goes, what do? I go, it's kind of like a boy. It's just something's missing. Just, you can handle it. The old man was, like, freaking out.
Yeah.
But no, we're finally going to be able to go see a movie, so I'm excited to see that movie.
Nice, man. Yeah, it does look good. But,
I'm a big Harry Potter fan, but that's a whole nother nerddom.
Well, nerddom is being a geek or a nerd or whatever the term you use. It's not like a Harry Potter nerd and a Destiny nerd can still talk.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's not like sports.
It's not it's not like Star Wars and Star Trek.
Yeah.
Because normally you get those guys in a thing and it becomes a bare knuckle boxing match.
Which is also fun to watch if anybody has ever seen that.
dude. Okay, Buster, I wanna ask you about this. Have you seen the guy? Have we talked about this? The guy who's in, like, I don't know, Poland or something like that, and he's like 6'8", like 300, like 30 pounds or something, and he's like ripped from
Ernesto Hoost,
maybe
kickboxer.
And he just starting to get into MMA and fighting. He just signed a big contract. This guy's got like a skull tattooed on the back of his head. He's like the most. He was in a movie where he played like one of the villains. I think it was like not a kickboxer movie, but it was like a movie kind of like that. But this guy, they showed up. It was like going viral for a while that he signed this contract, and this guy literally, they showed his first opponent. His first opponent's like 6'2", like he's a good sized guy, but he like dwarfs him. It's like insanity. Like, I don't know, but the only thing is, like, being that big, there's no way you can move that fast, right? You can't be moving around like. There's guys who are gonna be able to get around on him, right? Or can he just overpower everyone? I mean, when you're that big.
There are big guys, like, look at boxing, like Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, who are fighting December 3rd, and I'm super excited for that. They're both big guys, but they move like they're light. You know what I mean? It's just how people fight. You say he's Polish? Poland?
I don't know. I've gotta look him up. He was like a fitness, like he did like a bunch of Instagram stuff, but now he's going into this. He's been training, and they showed his training regimen. Oh God, I'm looking this up. God,
Mariusz Podolski? Maybe
that sounds
like. Let me see if I can get a look at him.
Let's see. Oh yeah, right here. Okay. He's 6'8", 320 pounds.
He'll never fight in the UFC. I'll tell you that much.
He's 6'8". Yeah. Oh, here it is, right here. Let's see. What's his name? Okay. His name is Martin Ford. Martyn Ford.
Martine. Yeah.
Martyn Ford. And yeah, he was in a movie called Final Score, which I guess he was a part of, but he's now going into MMA, and this guy is fucking insanely. He's like one of the most intimidating people I've ever seen.
When you said right here, I thought of Dez's the picture he put on with the seagull. Right where?
No, that was. I think I put that one up. Yeah, I put that one up, but I know exactly.
He's over there. Where? Over there, right there.
Over there. Right there. Where is there? do that all the time with Aaron. Aaron gets so mad. My call, he's right in front of you. He's right over there. He's right over there. Where the hell is there? No, but he said.
Oh, he was in Generation Iron. There we go. He was an actor in The Kingsman, The Golden Circle. Jesus Christ, that dude is huge.
That's why I said he's a fucking monster, dude. Like, he's a monster. But, no, so...
Me.
Yeah, so I saw that. That was a completely random-ass topic. But,
Also, doesn't look like he's a clean lifter. Let's put it that way.
Oh, dude, that does not look natural.
No,
that's for goddamn sure.
No. I'm putting a picture of Des in our chat just so you could take a look at this gentleman, and he's definitely on some supplements. Let's put it that way.
He's on some of that fucking that Goku shit.
Okay, you can say that if you want to.
I know he's on.
I mean,
there's some.
There are some Durana balls. There's some definitely extra balls in his regimen, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. There may be some injections going on. We don't know.
That's like he puts it in his cereal. Bane. That would be a good actor to play Bane.
Like, those proportions are actually pretty perfect to play someone like to actually get a realistic portrayal of like Bane from the comics.
Yeah, that's true.
The thing with me is why hasn't David Bautista become Bane? I know that they were talking about it, but the guy seems like he would be like a perfect.
Because it's Bautista, and Bautista's best roles, sadly, are idiots.
Yes, you're.
Not saying he is. He's also actually like a smart.
He's really smart, and
he's a smart and compassionate guy. But like some of the best acting and stuff that he does are for complete idiots.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
just look at Drax.
I would say
Drax really isn't an idiot. He's more of a.
How could you see Drax? He doesn't move. He's so perfectly still. How can you see him? So very still, and he eats the chip. That was so fucking great, man, dude. Drax cracks me up. Okay, so speaking of fighting, I'm sure you guys saw the thing I posted, and it's a bunch of different teams that. Now I'm not going to make a judgment because I have no idea what one would win. But did you guys take a look at this picture and like pick a team that would win?
I've looked at it, and it's situational.
Okay, I was thinking Team C. What do you guys think about Team C?
Okay, all right. Here's all right.
For the listeners here, guys.
All right. So we have Team A in this group, which is Mr. One Punch himself, Saitama. Master of the Six Paths, Pain, Genos, and Roronoa Zoro. Mm-hmm. Which the issue with that team for me is Genos. Genos is big, bad, and powerful, but he always loses. Who is Genos? He's from One Punch.
One Punch.
Okay.
He's Saitama's disciple.
Gotcha. Okay.
The issue with Genos, though, is he always ends up basically getting absolutely thrashed in every fight he's ever in, to the point of needing upgrades. And even after his upgrades, he'll always get thrashed.
Yeah, he's no punch man.
Yeah. Even though he has some of the most spectacular looking attacks and like some of the coolest looking fight sequences, he just ends up getting thrashed. Team B, we have Natsu from Fairy Tail, Beerus, Luffy, and Sasuke. Team C, we have All Might, Naruto, Vegeta, and Aizen.
That's a tough one.
That's what I say. That's a good one, man. That's what I'm saying. That's the one I see that I like the best, man. Especially with Aizen at the end.
All right,
especially having Aizen at the end.
Team D, who's Gone from? I'm not.
Gun is from Hunter x Hunter.
Okay, yep. Okay. And then we have Tatsumaki, who's also from One Punch. Killua? I don't know that either.
Yeah, he's also from
Hunter.
Hunter.
Okay.
Yep.
And then Goku. Team E, we have Itachi, Ichigo. I cannot read that last one.
This one might be the one that might
Zeref.
be the strongest.
Oh, Zeref. There we go.
Zeref. That might be
from Fairy Tail.
Okay. and then Madara.
It goes between C and E.
Yeah, I was going to say, who wins between C and E?
Well, let's see. Okay,
so
almost every
I always hear, and this is sorry to butt in, but
no,
who the fuck is Madara?
Madara Uchiha.
He is basically the man that pretty much makes everything go wrong in Naruto.
Yeah.
Basically. Most everything that happens is somehow connected to Madara.
He has the strongest Sharingan.
Orochimaru, is still connected?
Nothing. Orochimaru doesn't hold a candle to
Orochimaru is not directly...
That's as far as I got in Naruto. So.
Orochimaru is not directly connected to Madara, but a lot of Madara's... he follows in his footsteps, basically.
Gotcha.
Okay, guys, spoilers for Naruto. I mean, it ended fucking 4 years ago. If you're not caught up, it's not going to really end it. He was, this first Hokage was Hashirama.
Yeah.
And Madara was his, he was his Sasuke to Naruto. And
gotcha.
Right-head man.
It's like his rival.
And leader of, because he was leader of the Uchiha, right?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. He's the house
guy?
head.
Yeah.
He's the house head, yes. He was the moon of the chakra compared to...
Yeah, he was basically... Hashirama and Madara were basically very close, but yes, rivalistic, very close. Basically, they were Naruto and Sasuke before Naruto and Sasuke.
Yeah. They were the reincarnations of the brothers of the Sage of Six Paths.
And of course is responsible for the fight at the statues that you see every iconic Naruto fight in was Hashirama and Madara.
Yeah.
Were those statues. Yeah,
the two statues that they fucked up in the beginning and then at the end. That's what those two what was the Valley of the Valley
Valley of the... I forget what they call it, but it's something like symbolic to the fight that...
Yeah. Valley of the Four Titans or something like that. Yeah. Two Titans, something, whatever it was. But yeah, that's who that is. But he has a jutsu called Impure World Resurrection where he brings back anyone who's died. That's just...
Which Orochimaru used.
Yeah. And then he did the switcheroo. Basically, he could fight death.
But yeah, like I said, Orochimaru isn't directly tied to him, but a lot of Madara's thoughts and research and such inspired Orochimaru.
Yeah.
Which I even think Orochimaru lists Madara as a lot of his inspiration. And he tries to be a Madara, which he succeeds in what he does. It's just he's not on the scale of Madara at all. Because Madara, who is supposed to be dead for generations, spoiler alert, isn't. And ends up being the final villain trying to resurrect. Actually, hilariously, he's not even the best puppet stringer. Actually, to be honest, because isn't it basically also the woman that's sealed that is basically revealed to have been pulling his strings? Because she was actually the first person to use Infinite Tsukiyomi, which was Madara's big goal.
Yeah, that was because she is the first chakra user.
Yeah. But but yeah, it's somehow she, or either way. But yeah, weird things in Naruto. Things get really weird close to the end. All right, but yeah, Madara is basically a lot of the things that happen, especially close to the end, is just all him, pulling strings.
That's about right.
He's kind of like the Aizen, but just on larger scale, I think. Or at least longer term.
So are we saying that Team E is going to be the strongest? Or are we going to say Team C? I'm probably leaning towards Team E now that I'm looking at it, although I like Team C a lot, though.
Well, you got to think of it this way. When it comes to... Aizen is going to try to use perfect hypnosis. But doing so, you're going to have to look through two Sharingan users. So, that kind of they can easily break the hypnosis for everybody.
Especially Madara and Itachi are very versed in Genjutsu and escape of Genjutsu. So,
and then you got Ichigo, which Kasuga Tensho, he's probably out pretty quickly, and then Zeref, and you guys probably don't know who Zareth is.
I know. Hey, no. I know. I'm on episode like 175 now.
Okay.
I've flown through. I'm doing good right now in Fairy Tail.
I don't have Crunchyroll, so I can't go past the first season. Thanks, Netflix.
Yeah, no. Well then I will not go in.
Don't go in. No, don't go in and explain it.
He could handle All Might.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's Team E because I believe like Vegeta. I love Vegeta as much but he's like physical attack though, whereas I feel like Itachi and Madara are going to be able to have the Rasengan, right? Isn't that what it is, or what's it?
No.
No,
no, not Rasengan. What's it?
Sharingan.
Sharingan. Yeah, sorry, I know that's like blasphemous.
No,
because there's a lot of counter. Like these teams are actually very well versed to counter a lot of things because it's like Team A will have a rough time against Team C. Like I think primarily because Naruto already has experience fighting pain, and he has even more fighting experience now. And then you have Zoro, is like an awesome swordsman, but then you have people like Itachi and Madara and Sasuke who have ripped off like some of the best taijutsu in their area, so they're already used to fighting fast.
Also, moves. Sasuke has the grass blade.
Yeah, which that's right. That is Orochimaru. But yes, so he's also a versed swords fighter himself.
Okay, out of this entire picture, who is the strongest character? Who is the weakest character?
Ooh.
But you know what? Legitimately, my vote actually goes for Team B.
You think
because
Team B with Beerus and Natsu?
I'm not sure if Saitama would be able to overcome Beerus. No, because Goku and Vegeta can't overcome Beerus unless Goku, you take into account like Ultra Instinct Mastered, which made the gods actually peek an eyebrow at him.
Yeah, stand up and look at him.
And then in that case, like Goku might be able to go toe to toe with Beerus, but I don't think Saitama has that kind of power. I mean, sure, he's powerful, but I don't know. I mean, you're dealing with literally like the most overpowered character in Dragon Ball, basically, in Beerus. We're actually the second most overpowered character because the angels are said to be more powerful than them.
And Zeno is the most overpowered character.
Yeah, but he doesn't really do anything.
But he can do anything he wants.
He can, but he does. Like the biggest thing he can do is like erase entire universes, which
he can just erase the entire universe.
But Beerus with Hakai can literally like. There's very few people that can actually resist being destroyed by Hakai.
My boy Vegeta.
Vegeta and Goku, or Goku specifically, has resisted it. Oh god, but yeah, I think Team B, just because Beerus is their ringer, I think would probably be because, like I said, Hakai and just the fact that he's so powerful. And then you have a lot of overcomers in that group as well, with Natsu and Luffy and Sasuke. Like they're kind of like Goku-esque in their power.
Yeah, so. They keep getting beat the shit kicked out of them, and they start. You haven't even seen my final form, kind of thing. Exactly. No, I think it's now that I'm looking at it, I probably pick Team E because I feel like. Everything you guys have told me, and knowing how powerful Zareth is now.
Zareth's the ringer.
Zareth is fucking...
Yeah. But then again, like I said, I think Team B can even have an advantage over Team E because Sasuke has like gained a lot in dealing with like Tsukiyomis and such, and against other Sharingan fighters. Like, he may not actually be powerful enough to stop Madara, depending on like where he's at, but we do know he can overcome Itachi.
Gotcha. Well,
I'm going for Team E. It's Zareth. Zareth is that ringer to me. Like, it's hard to fight somebody who can summon a horde of demons.
Exactly. So here's my thing. Let's go to the question. Who's the strongest? So are you saying who's the strongest character out of all those?
Are we going just strength, or are we going like?
I'm going like all-rounded fighter. Like if there was a winner-take-all fight, who's going to win?
That's fully up to interpretation, but I'm going to say Zeref.
I know, because there's a lot of... Because, Zeref can summon a horde of demons, but then Naruto is the man of 1,000 freaking shadow clones.
Yeah, that's you know what I mean. It's
let's go say this happens on the Tournament of Power stage in Dragon Ball Super. All these guys are all on that stage. Who's walking out on top?
I mean, it's hard to bet against Goku.
It is, but at the same time, like, I think my money would partially be on Beerus. Because, like I said, I think out of all of them, because, like, he's designed to be OP above OP.
But couldn't Aizen, like, kind of fool all of them with his...
Yeah, but like I said, there's so many people that can actually fight against illusions.
But do we know that Beerus can? Do we know Beerus can fight against illusions?
I'm pretty sure.
It's possible, because he does have divine key, so he might be able to sense out like what's real and what's not.
Gotcha.
Possibly. Like, we haven't seen him fight against illusions.
Obviously, this is all speculation.
Yeah, for sure. Like, we haven't seen him like fight.
I can just hear the anime Reddit's just going nuts.
There's fingers, Cheeto dust flying in the air.
Anybody that actually disagrees with anything, please let me know. Like, please.
I want to hear the conversation.
Seriously.
And let me come in here and let me bring my popcorn so I can just
come into the RNG Discord. There's enough in you. I will make a freaking anime death battle channel so we can suss all this out.
Oh God, please do.
I think we should do that anyway. God damn.
Right? Now you just created something. Now officially we are going to have an anime death battle. All right. Let's see. Well, that was some nice little nice questions, everyone. Thank you very much for all the questions. And topics and the funny ones, the serious ones.
We skipped over one though.
Did we skip one?
Grumpy Dumps.
Oh shit, Grumpy Dumps. Can't forget him. He was one of the first ones to say anything. God, that's why I probably missed it. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, how do you feel the meta has changed in the last few months in PvP? Good, bad, or ugly? Shotgun aiming is back and it feels good. IMO. Are there any good counters? Yeah, meta has changed. Special weapons are back. They're
yes.
I like it because it does provide like a somewhat, like, even though special's back, like special can't like really counter super that well. Like it takes like some team shot from specials to really counter super good. So I kind of like that sort of, but yeah, I don't know, it's fun at least. I mean,
no, I'm enjoying the hell out of this meta. I last night while playing comp, I started off by using a Duke MK hand cannon that's got crazy range and on it that I've been using. I've been doing really well with a Telesto, and dude, Telesto is fucking amazing. Like Telesto is. I honestly took it off because I was only using it and I was murdering with it. Like I was getting kind of bored of like, okay, I just run at you. I just outside of shotgun range, pull the trigger, and you're dead. And I've only got to hit a few. I've only got 4? Isn't it 4 bolts kills you? I think it's 4 little crackle rocks.
Yeah. For Telesto, it's 4 bolts to attach, basically.
Yeah, and that's not that hard. That's really not that hard to do.
Not at closer ranges, no.
So but then also then like 2 matches later, I switched to, like I was saying, I switched to Deathstroke Blues and a Trust, with a grenade launcher. I mean, but you can do that, and at least in comp, what I'm seeing a lot of hand cannons in comp, and hand cannons are a great, especially like Trust. Trust is a great combat for, at least in my opinion, for shotguns. Because you can get some pretty quick shots off. Yeah, the kill time's not great, but especially if you have like explosive payload, it flinches you to nobody's end. Like it literally, it's hard to keep your focus. If you can go through it, you're great. But for me, all I know is you get that random kind of flinch, and it's hard to keep like a good line of sight if someone's pelting you with explosive payload. Like it is tough. So that sidearms are, if you get a good sidearm with some good range on it, good stability on it, you can do some work. What's the one? It's like red and white. I get them all the time.
The Autumn?
Autumn? Yeah, the Autumn. That's a great sidearm to use. Great sidearm. I use it quite a bit. You guys got any other counters for shotguns?
Similar
to Lesto.
Similar to D1, how Plan C was actually an excellent counter to people rushing up at you. Pretty much any fusion with backup plan is basically Plan C in D2. So, especially if you have like a hard hitting slow charge, like you actually save that off for people rushing up against you and just they're down. I mean, it can be glorious. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, SMGs and sidearms are still very strong for kinetics, and also leading to basically an attrition strategy, because if they do kill you, you're not dropping special, so they can't continue like their streak. So you're actually not only able to counter them a good amount of times, but even when you can't, they're not benefiting from it. So that's a really good mindset as well, which Fighting Lion can also do that. Results vary for Fighting Lion, but it is actually a kinetic weapon, or it is a primary ammo weapon in the energy slot. So again, like that mentality is there where you're not continuing anyone's special rampage.
Yeah, starve them up.
And of course, any power weapon.
Yeah.
Except for a sword, because shotguns do counter swords pretty good. Unless, of course, you have Black Talon, which has range. Otherwise,
I actually got killed by that for the first time last night.
Really?
For the first time, I got killed by that. Guy came out and he literally had to waste all his ammo on me, but he finally he finally got me, and I know he was probably all proud. But he comes out and we were on. Oh, I forgot the name. That's the one thing about D2 is I have a hard time. Like, I remember the names of all the D1 maps. I don't remember the names of the D2 maps. But he pops out of like where heavy is, and he just starts chucking it. Like, he just jumps in the air and just starts throwing it and starts missing. And he finally gets, like, he caught me like on the like last second caught me. And I know he just felt so proud of himself.
Those projectiles have no tracking. Yeah, it's a straight Gasuga Tensho, just void energy and not arc or whatever. It's yeah. If you hit somebody with it, you're like, oh, I knew where you were going.
I want to get it just so I can use it on like trash mobs and stuff.
It is it does feel good. The little anime nerd inside you screams every time you get a good kill with it.
See, I miss like the exotic swords. Like, I miss like being able to throw. What was the arc sword called?
Boltcaster?
Boltcaster, yep. I miss Boltcaster throwing Destructo discs. I miss that. That's something they may think about, hopefully bringing back some kind of sword like that. I think that'd be fun. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I think fusions are kind of in a tough place right now. A good fusion counter, the one I've seen is Arantel. Arantel is really good. It's got really good range. Hits like a fucking truck.
Yeah, it's a high impact or aggressive.
Yeah, it's good. That's a good counter.
Which, like I said, get it to drop with backup plan, and you got 2 shots that pull off almost with like little to no charge time with backup plan. So miss your first shot, you still have a backup to the backup.
The one thing that I noticed that remember like the meta for like competitive PvP was Antiope. That was like for a long time. You just don't see. I feel like SMGs maybe need a little bit of love because
it's shifted to a different type of SMG. Actually, the 600s are not .0 to use anymore with the damage changes.
I think there needs to be some kind of. They need to find that happy medium with SMGs. It's a tough gun because they shoot so fast.
Oh no! And there are SMGs to use. It's just not Antiope anymore.
I know, but I mean the SMGs, as far as like, you don't see them as widespread anymore. No, you just don't, especially with shotguns.
Yeah, because shotguns are a thing.
Yeah, so
like, I mean, you don't see nearly as many sidearms and SMGs as you used to, and shotguns are now like prevalent in their slots again.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be. Yeah, I would think those are pretty good counters. I mean, if you come up with another one, let us know. But, for right now, like I said, a good shotgun, is tough to fight. So just keep your space. Keep your space between. If you see a fucking guy running at you from across the map and he is just bolting it right at you, you could probably figure that he's going to do one of two things. He's either going to, one of three things. He's either going to drop a super, try to take you out. He's going to try to shoulder charge you if he's a Titan, because that's fucking rampant right now. It's nothing but shoulder, guys who running around just doing nothing but shoulder charges. Or C, he's going to pull out a shotgun and fucking murk you. And unless he's using chaperone, you've got a little bit of wiggle room to where you can get away and create space and take them out. Even if it's getting up in, a great strategy I've noticed is just getting up in the air. If you get up in the air on a shotgun user, it's tough to fight. And as a person who uses a shotgun, it's tough to fight someone who jumps, over your head. It is tough, because especially if you're not on PC, you have to move into it's not the quickest movement. It's not the quickest movement in the world to go straight up and try to get someone in the air. So if you want to battle that kind of stuff, just be smart with it. Realize what you're fighting against. Don't push in that hallway that's got someone crouching in it waiting for you with a shotgun. Throw a grenade, prime them up, wait for it, or just disengage. That's what I'm learning, and I'm playing I played better last night. Because look, I'm honestly thinking about chronicling it. I'm a very mediocre PvP player, but I'm doing my best to start trying to get better at it and make better decisions and try to get more competitive, just so I can see how high up I can get. So I'm actually thinking about maybe even streaming, which would be ridiculous, but so it's gonna be an interesting path, but I mean, if you want to watch out for shotguns, just like I said, just watch what people are doing. If you see a bunch of guys charging at you, look at their loadouts too. Look at people's loadouts, see how they're playing. There's a lot of stuff you can do. The more information you gather, the easier it's gonna be when you're fighting against people. And some people just have shotguns because they're fucking, they just think shotgun, automatically I got to put it on because I can run. And that's how shotguns get the thing of no skill. Well, trust me, if you have a shotgun, you have a good shotgun player, you know it. Yeah. You know a good shotgun player, because they get up in your face without you being able to keep that distance. They get up in your face and they're able to engage you up in the air, engage you around corner. They're not worried about getting killed by the stuff I'm talking about. So, sometimes people are just better than you. And that's really what it comes down to. So,
and also for those looking to become a little better at using a shotgun, also conversely, let's consider Icarus mods. Because shotguns, much like at the end of D1, shotguns do get penalized for in-air accuracy. So Icarus mods can help that consistency. That way, if you're jumping, because that's one of my issues right now. Is I'll go and jump and peg someone in the head and they're alive, and it's nope, I was 2 feet away from them. That shouldn't have been. But yeah, shotguns do have in-air accuracy penalties. So if you don't know a good mod to put on a shotgun, that might be one to keep your consistency and increase your routing basically to an enemy.
Also, listen to guys like King Koala or the Crucible Radio fellas. They seem to know what they're talking about on all things Destiny PvP, and we're just a bunch of guys that like to talk. So,
yeah, exactly. You're taking my advice. I tell when I'm teaching lessons and stuff, amateurs teach amateurs to be amateurs. So just always remember that, folks. Amateurs teach amateurs to be amateurs. If you want to know the best, how to get the best, look for the best. Look for the guys who actually spend countless hours putting time in to make videos and make this kind of stuff. Those are the people you want to see. Like you said, King Koala, guys like that. They will, Cami Cakes, guys. They will show you the way of what to do and how to engage and how to get better.
Yeah,
those are the people you want to listen to.
No, but we appreciate you listening to us.
Yes, we do. Of course. But if you want to get deep into that conversation, listen to them. But if you want to have fun with it, you come listen to us. You're gonna have fun.
Take what we say with a pinch of salt.
Exactly.
Don't get mad at us and be like, you guys, You guys said that if I use Celestial, I won't get killed by shotguns ever again. I was killed 17 times by a shotgun. I was playing very aggressively with low mobility and low resistance.
Oh man!
So that's one of the things I suggest as well. Find people who are better than you and play with them, or listen to what they do, watch their videos. If you do, leave a comment. RNGCast sent you. That'd be super cool for us.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be cool.
We will appreciate that.
What
also,
else?
Quickly,
Yeah,
one last thing.
Yeah.
Not for Destiny, but for Paladins. Sorry. It's taken. It's been gone for a minute, but hey. They are basically, or they have announced plans for their 2.0 update coming, slated to come early, basically next year, January-ish, I believe. But yeah, they're going to be putting the 2.0 update on the PTS like a month early, because it's coming in like December, in like a month. So they're going to be giving like a lot of time, like a lot of their patch notes are going to be, they're like reorganizing their teams basically to put more a little more polish and like bug fixing in priority. And also they haven't basically revealed their next new champion, which is a very big yay because we called it. They're bringing in the Warder of the Dragon from the Dragon's Call event.
Yes.
She's going to be using fire and ice, like pretty much riding on like an ice slab, Iceman style, being propelled by fire. Her ultimate is going to summon a freaking dragon that breathes frost fire.
Nice.
She's going to be amazing. Already calling that. But yeah, they're also like they'll be focusing more heavily on lore also with this one, which is why they're pretty much bringing in like I said, the Dragon's Call, and that's how they're basically starting 2.0 is like furthering that storyline.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's gonna happen.
That's awesome.
Very soon. Like I said, can't wait for a friggin' Dragon Mage. Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't talked about Paladins in a good long time. So
yeah. Oh yeah, her name is Imani.
Imani,
the last warder.
Oof.
So yeah, she's the last using this dragon magic.
Have you guys happened to take a look at the Black Friday sale on PSN?
No.
Some good deals, boys.
Oh yeah, like one of which I think one of which is, or at least right now, I know Paladins is on like a pretty cheap sale for the ultimate like thing.
Yeah, not the founders like we have, but
I think it's like I said, I think it's the ultimate. It gets you all the characters, and I think it's the one with the season pass and such.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I think it's down to like $20 or something.
Nice. I know. I saw Destiny 2 is on there on Black Friday sale.
Also, Smite is like $10 for its Ultimate God Pack, which is very nice for it's like a $40 thing, and that's if you play MOBA, I mean,
Smite's the way to go.
Like Smite is actually pretty cool, and like I said, you're getting all characters, future and present, very much similar to the Paladins for like $10 right now.
Yeah, let me see if I can find
it's a massive deal
as it loads.
Well, we're going to be so this you guys are getting some inside baseball here, but in our household we're going to be getting the kids a Nintendo Switch.
Bow, 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 bow.
We're going to be getting the kids a Nintendo Switch, and we're going to get that Mario Kart edition. I think it's like $300, but I said, you know what? The kids have a million toys. Let's get them this, and then maybe I could play with it. But no, so we're gonna be getting the kids a Switch, man, and it's gonna be fun as hell. We're gonna get. I'm trying to figure out what games I want to get. I'm gonna get Breath of the Wild for sure.
Yeah, that's really good.
I'm gonna get that, and then there was this like arms game where it's like fighting arms game, looks fun. Obviously, some sports games, get some like golf or something in there. But no, I'm excited for it because my boys, my 4-year-old, my 7-year-old's already amazing at it. He kills it at his mom's house. But my 4-year-old's finally getting to the point where he can play something and not just, hold the button down and think he's doing good. He can actually kind of move around a little bit. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun. That's good. So we're gonna get that on Amazon.
Yeah, next day.
Yeah, Amazon for show.
For the Black Friday deals, Red Dead Redemption 2 is on sale for 13% off. Black Ops 4, 10 and 20. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which I've heard good things about. All the editions are like from 35 to 60 for Origins. Like I said, Destiny 2 is on sale. From what I can see now, it's like 15%, 30% off. Detroit, Diablo 3, the Eternal Collection Edition is on sale for 67% off. So that's $20.
Did you guys see that whole Diablo thing?
Yeah.
Did we talk about that?
No, I don't think
I think there's like an issue, but I actually don't even know like what the issue is.
Because it's a mobile. They released a mobile game and people got pissed off.
Oh, you mean that issue?
Everyone was expecting Diablo 4 and Diablo Unlimited or whatever the fuck.
Where Blizzard came out and said like a month ahead, it's like, hey, we're not announcing like the next big Diablo. And then they announced a Diablo Mobile, which stays true to their word. And then fans are like, oh my God, you didn't announce this? It's like, they told you.
The people at the con were like so like taken aback that you would act like they said that they were going to just get rid of the entire game series.
I know. It's like they already like Blizzard is not like one of those people that like mince their words. If they say they're not going to announce something huge like the next installment, then no, they're not announcing the next installment, people. It
was so sad. That poor guy, the poor spokesman guy.
Oh yeah.
He fucking got roasted, man. He goes, "Is this a joke?" Like the guy asked him, "Is this a joke?" Like straight faced. And it was like everyone was, I was like, dude, I was like, it's like these guys are probably, they're all saying it's a reskin of another game, but I don't think that's the case. I mean, people are so like, if they don't get what they want, man, they just start just trashing people. I can't believe how many people I was looking at comments and guys were like, fuck this, fuck that, like getting all up, like physically, they looked like they were getting like physically upset about it. And I was just like, guys, really? It's coming. You know it's going to come. Just be more patient. Their game is coming. It may obviously has a huge fan base of people all waiting for it. You think they're going to like turn down making money? Like just, man, I heard that and I was like, I'm obviously not like a computer gamer. I'm not a guy who plays, that kind of stuff. So I don't know the fandom and how it works, but my God, just relax for a second. Just a second, man. Let these people come out with what they want to come out with. Guess what? The mobile game could be badass, but you're not going to give it a chance because you're so butthurt that they didn't give you exactly what you wanted right when you wanted it. You impetuous little children.
I mean, this is also, people act like they don't take like years to come out with like one Diablo to the next. Diablo 1 was released in 1996. Diablo 2 in 2000. Diablo 3 didn't come until 2012.
I was just going to say Diablo 3 didn't come out for a long time.
So, the crap. I mean, yeah, you want to wait for a next big Diablo? You're going to wait. Blizzard takes their freaking time to release things. Like, that's legit.
Because they know they got the people by the balls. Blizzard knows they got people by the balls. That they know.
It's not just that, but they actually release very, like, you want to talk about games that have, like, a minimal amount of bugs and, like, things, and usually, like, a high amount of polish? That's a Blizzard game.
Well, they have to, because you have to have that kind of game for PC gamers. PC gamers have, like, that super high, like there are a bunch of wines.
I'm talking like even in the era of before, like in 1996, Diablo was fairly polished. I know because that's around the time I played Diablo. Which, like I said, a lot of people nowadays they think Blizzard and Diablo's like, oh, you get Diablo 3 back in 2012. I've been a fan of Blizzard for so long. I've been a fan of Blizzard since 1995, minimum.
All right. Well, you guys, I've got a hard outcome. Got to get to work.
I said the pumpkin is starting to turn into a pumpkin.
It's starting to turn into a pumpkin. I'm definitely. I don't know. You guys, if you guys are you guys going to keep on going?
I mean, I was just going to talk about Fallout 76 because apparently, real quick, Bethesda must have turned the jets on because apparently it's running better than expected. I mean, there are some patches. They did release a patch just to fix some minor bugs, but like the people who have been playing have told me like. Yeah. You could probably get it. Like, cause I've said that I will wait a couple patch cycles so they can fix some of their dirt. And he's like, like maybe 6 people that I know that are super into it are like, you should probably get it now, and then we can play, and then we can blow somebody up with a nuke code. And I'm like, Jesus.
Wow. So yeah, if like some of these people, like I said, because the people are like these are the same people that have been like pretty much wait. And now they're like, yeah, I can go ahead and get it. Like, that's actually a huge turnaround.
Yeah, that's what they told me. They're like, I'm like, there's no.
It was sounding like dumpster fire, by the way.
Yeah, it was. And I mean, a lot of the times, 2 weeks is enough to go, well, here's the main issue that we need to fix. We probably should fucking fix it. And then everybody's like, well, we're going to fucking fix this issue. That's what I think happened. So.
Gotcha.
So if you guys are all into 76, I'm probably going to get it in a couple weeks. Has to land on the worst time for me, apparently.
Unfortunately, I don't think Erin's going to be getting it, so I can tell you what she's doing, but I'm not going to be getting it.
That's fine.
But other than that, boys, anything else? We good?
I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think we're good. But does have a little bit of an easier time converting the file down.
Well. Buster, where can we find you in this glorious world we live in?
In this world of Destiny 2 and all things geeky and nerdy and all that, you can find me on Twitter at BusterKnuckle13. That's BusterKnuckle13 on Twitter. You can find me on PSN, BlisterLister113. I know, terrible. Forgive me.
And this is your boy Raven. You can find me in the Twitterverse at DES_Raven. Yeah, at me.
Hashtag Anime Deathmatch.
Oh yeah, which is a channel in our Discord now, by the way.
I'm so happy about that.
That's why I said it. I saw you just do it.
Yeah. So yeah, in our media category, that's there.
This is your boy Gorilla Golf. You can find me PSN. Gorilla Golf, Twitter, Gorilla Golf 1987. Come at me in that RNG Discord. I'm there posting those memes where I'm sitting at work and I gotta do something to make some people smile. If I get a few people to smile per day, I'm doing my job. Other than that, like I said, get at me. Well, folks,
and you can find this podcast, the RNGCast, at the RNGCast on Twitter. You can email us, the RNGCast@gmail.com. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/the RNGCast. One of these days, we're going to get together and do a movie commentary when all of our situations get set up. It's fine.
It's not the holidays, probably.
Yeah, when it's not the holidays. That might be also the reason. I guess that's it. That being said, what is this, episode 129?
130.
130. 130 of the RNG cast. Gentlemen, we're out.
Later, man.
Excelsior.
I'm not even going to say it. Excelsior. Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, have a good one.
May the RNG gods be kind to you, Guardians.